Welcome to the GSD podcast with your hosts Ryan, myself Mike, Blake, and Jesse. Tonight we have a special guest. His name is Kyle. I like to call him fucking hipster. I'm getting that F-bomb out of the way early tonight because he makes me want to cut his head open.
Whoa.
Welcome to the podcast. So,
What are you talking about? Alright.
yeah, welcome, bud. This is the craziness here.
I guess so.
So, on our way over, we were listening to Fiddler, and I was talking about the little wall of death from the first time I saw them, so I figured, I'll tell that story. That's always a fun story. And Ryan hasn't heard it, and we can show him the falling in reverse footage after.
Oh my gosh. I feel like Fiddler is a
Fiddler is
really
an
good band
experience,
to like have a wall of death for.
and it's just an experience seeing them live. But never heard of the Fiddler. Went to Epicenter Fest at the Verizon Wireless Amphitheater in Irvine.
You never heard of them?
No, I hadn't heard of them. This was like 2013.
I've never heard of him until today, so I mean...
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Gotta start somewhere.
Plague Vendor opened before them, who I still don't like to this day.
Dude, those guys are.
They're not good, Kyle. They're not good. Stop trying to convince me they're good.
They're so.
So, okay, well, listen. Fiddler comes on, they're like, "Hi guys, we're a band called Fuck It Dog, Life's a Risk." I did a second one there. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so... so they start playing, they're going, they're doing the little punk rock thing. Nobody's moving, so my buddy next to me, he just pushes me. I push him back. He slams into another guy. And then about 2 seconds later, this ginormous pit just opens up. And there's this old woman, about 55, 60 years old, in the center of it, holding her beer above everybody while it's a condensed circle. There's no island in this circle pit. It's just a circle running. And she's in the center there screaming and flailing her beer. Oh my god, stop it, stop it, stop it! It was the funniest thing.
So she wasn't into it.
No, not one bit. She was
What
trying
the
to get
heck?
out of there. She was not having it. She was like, oh my god, like going weirdo, psycho crazy.
You know what I think what's interesting is that I think a lot of people don't realize, like older people who go to these like bigger festivals don't realize what they're getting themselves into when they go like in the front or like in the pit area. Because I think they think, oh, I spent all of this money to get like close and intimate with the band. I'm gonna have this experience.
So, this really quickly. This was interesting because I've never seen this at a festival before or since, except for Warped Tour. And I know Slipknot's festival, Knotfest, does this, where they had. So there's the stadium, and then the first three bands. It was Plague Vendor, Fiddler, then the Wonder Years. All played on this tiny little stage in front of the venue. Yeah. So like she did not need to be in the front whatsoever, but for some reason she was.
Oh, so you were out. You weren't even in the main.
In the venue yet.
Oh
yeah.
wow.
This wasn't like on the lawn because I had a ticket for a seat, and then I decided no, I'm going to go with my friends to the lawn. That'll be more fun, and it was, especially when Bad Religion played and 4 simultaneous fires started and people started circle pitting around them.
That sounds like every year at Knotfest.
Yeah.
People
Just
start at fire.
always inspired. And it's always in the lawn too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's funny, there was one time where I think it was like Anthrax or something down in San Bernardino or up in San Bernardino, sorry.
West of San Bernardino.
West of San
Westeros.
Bernardino. Westeros is Game of Thrones.
West of Westeros.
West of West.
What's west of Westeros?
What even
I don't know.
is
Let's make a TV show about it.
And that's how it ends.
Is that actually going to be a thing? Are they going to make a TV show about
Apparently.
that?
No, please
Supposedly they're trying to do an Arya
Please don't.
spinoff.
Please.
It's either going to be like a movie series or a show.
Okay, if it's a movie, that's fine.
No, series, as in like 3 or more.
Oh, God.
It's pushing it.
Do they
That's
need
pushing it.
anything else?
No, I don't think one movie would be enough, but I don't
I
think
think
it's necessary.
They should do how the White Walkers were made, at least like the prior to, kind of like Star Wars Old Republic, but like Game of Thrones Old
Republic.
Republic. I didn't know I was going with that one, but anyways, so we're at this show and we like look up. I think this is for Iron Maiden actually. We look up and there's like, of course, like 4 to 5 fires just like lit up like. I'm like, okay,
No,
like clockwork.
that was not Iron Maiden. I know exactly what it was. That was when we saw Korn. That was when we saw Korn.
It happened multiple times.
No, but I know exactly what we were talking about because we were all there and we all looked behind us and that because all of a sudden behind you get that feeling of just heat waves and then like light out of like your
They did
peripheral.
that at
And we
System,
all looked
right?
back, and there was just
Made
literally
bonfires.
Yeah.
like just 1,
But-
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
But this one,
No, it
we
was just circle pits.
Yeah.
Oh.
for which one?
System of a Down.
Yeah. No.
There were no fires, were there?
No,
it was raining.
Surprisingly,
Yeah,
it was raining. It wasn't.
All right,
It was still like the
let's
best
have Kyle
show.
tell the story about the fire though, because
But so what's funny is, you know, we're not. It's illegal to set off fires in a,
Yeah.
you know, in a venue. So
Uh-huh.
of
YOLO.
course, the security cart was funny. They had to take a little golf cart and then stick a little like police light on top of like
Yeah.
wee woo wee woo, and it's like trying to like get through this crowd of people. And all of a sudden, like, all these people, like, overrun the cart, like, on top of it, like, shaking it. And they're just like, what did we get ourselves into? We just let them, like, have the fires. And, of course, like, nothing happened. I'm assuming the security guard just, like, bailed out, or at least joined them, hopefully. Because they realized, like, there's no trying to beat them. Might as well just
Yeah.
join
Doesn't get paid enough.
Yeah, there was a similar thing that happened when I saw the Epicenter Fest show. So, from top to bottom, it was The Offspring, A Day to Remember, Bad Religion, Pennywise, Pierce the Veil, All Time Low, Falling in Reverse, The Wonder Years, Fiddler, and Plague Vendor. Those were the
Good
bands that
memory.
played. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
That's a lot.
It's
Right?
impressive.
But so, you know, until Pennywise and Bad Religion came on, it was pretty bad. You know the Falling in Reverse story, but I want to tell that later.
Yes.
This connects to the fires though. So, Bad Religion happened, and the sun's going down at like the end of their set, and so like, you know, the security comes and they're trying to put the fires out, and they keep just springing right back up. They finally get them all out. And then out of nowhere, I'm like hanging out by the side, like away from everybody right now because it's in between bands. And A Day to Remember is about to go on. And I see these two guys carrying over their head a recycling bin, running towards the center of the pit, trying to get it so they could light it on fire.
In the center of the...
Yeah, the recycling like barrels.
Yeah, the big ones.
Yeah, the ones that look like Walter White put a buttload of meth in them. Those ones.
Were they
But
successful?
no, the security guard grabbed it and just didn't let go, and they kept running, and the guy in the back ran into the guy in the front. It was pretty funny.
Wow.
But A Day to Remember started, and then fires all immediately sprung back up.
As they should.
Yeah, because it was nighttime now. There was no getting through anybody. Somebody actually ended up throwing a security guard down, but then he got kicked out.
Oh, what did you expect
Yeah,
when
exactly.
you throw down a security guard?
Well, like the guy,
And those guys are
the security guard
big.
was coming down the hill
Yeah.
running, and the guy was just like, "Oh, he's coming with a fire extinguisher." Just like, oh, okay, and he just put his leg out and just had his hands ready. He felt the guy's leg like hit his leg, and he just kind of like lurched forward, and just as soon as the guy passed him, he just grabbed his shoulders and just put his body weight over him going downhill because there was no way he could have done it any other way.
Dang.
And then more security guards came down, just picked him up and ran him out. And the security guard got back up and tried to put out the fire, and then he got surrounded and left.
That
He was
reminds
just
me.
like, okay.
So since we're on the topic of festival fires,
It's like a genre.
Yeah,
I think
it
it's
really
a genre
is.
of concert. Like, what kind of festival you're going to? The one with a lot of illegal fires that will happen in the very back.
Burning Man.
so okay,
That's
so,
just everywhere.
So Kyle and Blake will know this. So you know how every time we go to Knotfest, there's just those 1 or 2 bands that we don't care about playing main stage, so we'll just go walk up on the hills
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like look at all like the shops and you know the Ferris wheel that randomly gets brought there every year.
Expensive
Yeah.
liquor.
And just looking at stuff that we definitely don't plan on buying, but what if we could have?
Yeah.
Kind of
They
deal.
look cool.
Yeah. So I remember I was with Xander, and I think it was just him and I think we went to the bathrooms because we were definitely all separated. And Xander and I were walking past this mosh pit. I don't remember who was playing. I want to say it was Clutch, which is funny because it's like
They were so bad.
you can't really think of you can't really like picture a bunch of fires going down for Clutch, considering it's not like, I don't know, it's just not something you would think fires would get started for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're walking by, and this is just insane. This guy literally jumped through the fire. Xander and I are just walking, and there's a pit going around it, and some dude with a mohawk just jumped through the fire. And
Yeah.
Xander and I were like, and he ate it too. He tripped
In,
the
fire.
No!
and fell out.
Oh.
His foot was actually like
On fire.
on fire, but because he kept rolling, it just went out immediately, and everyone was like, "Yeah, dude, yeah."
That's
Dude.
hilarious.
Yeah, mohawk, shirtless, combat boots,
Yeah.
tripping on fire. out of the mosh
and then out,
pit,
and then out of
it
fire.
was just totally
Oh,
fine.
jeez.
But Xander and I were just like, what the heck? Like, it was just absolutely...
This was the Bad Religion.
yeah,
Well, this was a day to remember.
So they're like swinging,
yeah, they're
like, lighting their shirts
swinging
on
the
fire.
lighting on shirts, jumping through the fires.
What a waste
like,
of a shirt.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Like, why would you do that unless
If I bought like a shirt that day,
I
was
think
wearing
that's what a
that
lot
shirt.
of them probably did.
Yeah.
Like Sherlock Holmes status.
Yeah, you just
welcome to the podcast. It's kind of nice being indoors, a little cozy.
Yeah.
Indoors.
Having some...
Indoors. Indoors.
Take it away, Penny.
Yeah.
Use napkin.
Jeez.
Gosh, I'm trying to...
Oh, well, let me tell the Falling in Reverse story since we're still on festivals.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you know the Falling in Reverse story? I know you.
I don't
Yeah, you
think
do.
so.
The video that has like the fucking 200,000 views of me and a bunch of my friends from high school moshing to Falling in Reverse.
Really?
The breakdown of Alone.
What's funny is I've seen this video
Oh, God.
outside of him telling me about it, like just on the
Yeah.
internet somewhere, and it's just like this popular video. You know, like those just like
It's
videos
like-
that get like super big because like there's someone doing,
Yeah.
like
It's like
something
Korn.
funny
Something
at a concert.
ridiculous.
It's like Korn playing Blind.
Yeah, this was
Woodstock
like-
99.
this
is-
those
this-
videos. Yeah.
One, if, you know,
What's it called on YouTube?
it's Falling in Reverse Alone live at Epicenter Fest. Yeah, it's Alone. I know the worst song, but that's kind of why we did it. So, Falling in Reverse starts playing. Me and my friends were sitting there like, God, this is bad. This is horrible. Why are we here? Oh, God, Pierce the Veil's next. Oh, God, All Time Low's after that.
We don't judge you
Ugh.
if you listen to these
I
bands.
listened to All Time Low and I got into metal because of Pierce the Veil, so...
Hey,
We've all been in those phases.
we have. I think I liked Sleeping with Sirens for about 2
Hey,
months.
listen,
love
stay
Sleeping
for the
Silence.
night if you want to. I
No,
can show
don't.
Please
you
don't.
what my dreams are made
Don't
of.
because then I might join.
I won't
'Cause I'm
join. I'll
dreaming
leave.
in your face.
I will leave. The Uber will
Okay,
be
but
here
so-
in 10 minutes.
Hold on, Follow Your Verse, playing. So they start playing this song called Alone. Have you heard Alone?
I don't think I want to hear it. Just how you're describing it already.
Have you heard
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a really, really, really bad song. So,
Play it though.
yeah, because I gotta pull up the video. Actually, we should just pull it up on the laptop. Go to
Let me-
YouTube.
There you go.
I'll just cut out the sound for this part. Be fine. Figure something out. Just cut the part entirely when I show you the video and just put a link
so
to
many like funny festival stories.
it. Right?
Like Suicide
yeah.
Silence when you lost your shoe and
Oh
then
my
I
gosh.
found it
And like
I
as
didn't
we're
know
like
it was-
running, as I'm running around.
and I figured out it was your shoe. Okay, so
Right here.
one year Suicide Silence was playing and it was just, if you've ever seen Suicide Silence live, it's just constant circle pits.
Yeah.
And we're in there, and then all of a sudden, like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 songs in, I see Kyle in the center of the mosh pit with like a group of guys just standing in the middle, and everyone's still like running around them, and I'm out on the edge. I needed a breather, and
It's so hot. It's like over
yeah,
100
it's like
degrees.
it's like 105 up in the mountains, and sun's just beating on you. Yeah, it was pretty gnarly. And I see Kyle, and he just looks super disorientated, like he's just looking around. He's like looking at the ground, and then all of a sudden, I see a shoe. And he's just getting trampled by all these people, and I look at Kyle's foot, and I see that he doesn't have a shoe, so I
All
just
sock.
run in there, and by the grace of God, I was able to grab it as I'm getting pushed in the back, and then I run and I make my way to the center of the pit, and I hand it to Kyle, and Kyle just goes, "Oh, thank God he found my shoe! I lost it like 2 songs ago." And I was like, "What the heck?"
And it's so dangerous too because if you're like still trying to run in there and someone steps on your foot, like everyone's wearing like fat steel toe boots because they're all just like these big dudes running around, and then if you get like one foot just caught on your bare sock foot, it's done. You just lost it.
Dude, were you there for that punk band Snot when that 50-year-old drunk dude brought his dog into the metal
Like,
festival?
everyone hated him.
Yeah, because everyone was like,
What
"Dude,
are
what
you
are you
doing?"
doing?" Yeah, some guy snuck a dog into Knotfest and was like holding the dog on a leash and just it's literally like 11:45 a.m.
That's so bad for its ears,
and
too.
this guy's already drunk, and I know this poor dog, and like I'm like, yeah, and then security finally came and removed him and his dog, but it was like, dude, you just like ruined like half of a band's set because no one could go in a mosh pit because your stupid dog was in the mosh pit.
You found it.
Yeah.
You found it?
Yeah.
Is
So,
you're in it, the video?
yeah,
Somewhere. In the
So
sea.
it may or may not I may or may not be the reason, but it's definitely a whole group effort that makes it funny, in my opinion.
Oh, I remember this video.
Yeah, you know now. You'll know now. You'll know when you see it. Oh, let's put that right there.
I haven't seen this in such a long
I
time.
know, right?
I'm excited.
Let me move this forward slowly. There
I
we
don't
go.
think I've ever seen this.
All right. I'm not going to play the audio. We're just going to watch the video.
Everybody's
So
looking
just
at it,
imagine
too.
really bad, really bad music right now.
There you are.
Yep.
Oh my god.
We were just so fucking
Oh my
bored.
gosh. Look at all those guys.
I was just like, all right, get on the ground, hump in the air.
Didn't like one guy join in who actually is serious?
Yes. So there is a guy who gets in that's serious. Hold on, let's see if he is that guy right here. We have no clue who this guy is. If you go and watch the video, there's a guy in all black, skinny dude. Looks like he's got a little afro and glasses who comes running out of nowhere, and he thought we were serious. We weren't. If you ever watch this,
Yeah, you can tell it's not.
This
You're
is-
wearing a Falling in Reverse shirt.
I'm
aren't
wearing
you?
a Pierce the Veil shirt,
Oh, okay.
sir.
Which is
Worse. Honest. Actually, I don't know. That's pretty equally bad.
what?
Pierce the Veil and Falling in Reverse.
I think
Yeah.
I'd rather say Pierce the Veil is better.
Again,
Oh, yeah.
if you listen to this music, we don't judge you. We just don't
No.
like the music.
Yeah.
It's all black and ashy now.
Racist.
So do you guys see
Oh, my God.
You set yourself up, Kyle.
I did, didn't I? So
No, we really don't tolerate that here.
Yeah, dude.
We're not those kind of people.
am I that kind of person?
Yes, you are. And listen, if you keep coming here with this attitude, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
This is why you're getting kicked out of the band, Kyle. Because you're
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
This
This is
podcast
why
is
nobody
flowing
likes
over
you,
into some
Kyle.
other territory.
Listen, this is why nobody in the world likes you. How does that feel?
Well, that's a lie.
Yeah, I
You
like
sure
him.
about that?
Call
I-
my mom
I
and
like
ask
him.
her.
I like Kyle.
Okay. I'll call her and ask her how she
Mom,
feels raising
don't
a
you
little
like me?
racist.
Nah. Don't come home. You're kicked out. 23 years too long.
Your socks are in the dryer.
Your socks are... And you know what? No, I'm taking them out early. They're gonna be damp socks.
No, you know what? I'm not going to take them out early. They're now your dad's socks.
That's kind of cold, actually. Although they won't fit him, though.
It don't matter. They're not your socks
I've got-
anymore. You know what? They're
I've
your
got dirty
dad's socks,
What are
and
you
if
using
they
those
don't
socks
fit
for,
him...
Kyle?
For feet.
Hey, Kyle, you know what? Kyle, listen, if the socks don't fit your dad, she'll just give them to the Asian kids that move in.
Their feet are ginormous. They're
They can
huge.
stretch them out. Free socks. They're from China. They don't know what freedom is.
Yeah, I think it's only.
It's got
That's
way
like,
too
you're the
quick.
racist now.
Way too quick. Yeah, you're
They're
talking.
protesting over there for their freedom. That's a good joke.
Yes,
Fuck
yeah,
you.
you know,
It is
yeah.
communist.
Yeah,
Well, aren't they? Aren't they like?
No, they're
communist?
communists.
They're communists,
There's-
but
there's
they're also they
capitalist
have
sects.
they have like a yeah I don't know they're like a communist government, but then with a capitalist economy.
Yeah,
It's
so like Hong
which
Kong
doesn't
and
really make
Beijing.
sense. Yeah, it's weird.
Hong Kong and Beijing are like capitalists, but then the rest of the country is communist, I guess. I'm not really too familiar with it, but keep fighting, China. We're with you.
Even
I
though
like
we're
that. I like
currently
that wall you
here.
have over there.
Yeah. Bring the wall over here.
Oh, what? Oh,
The wall in
The
China.
Great Wall.
Talking about
Yeah.
the Great Wall of China,
Dude, think about that. The Great
Dude.
Wall of China going across America instead of Route 66. That'd be so cool. You could walk across America.
God, that would suck. We get more traffic. In
No,
other
you
places.
couldn't drive.
I
You'd have to
know.
walk.
Never mind.
You know what, Kyle? Just leave.
All right. So here we go. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I did today. El Camino, a Breaking Bad story.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes,
trailer?
yes,
Trailer's out.
yes.
Oh, I haven't seen
Trailer
it
just
yet.
came out
Yes,
today.
watch that
Yes.
trailer.
It's on
There's
Netflix.
been
Like
two already. What are you talking about?
I just saw it today for the first time. It was
When
like,
does it come out?
When did the one came out that I sent you? Like 2 days ago? The last
I think
one?
so.
Yeah.
We're just on top of it.
Sorry, all this.
It was on YouTube, but I think it came out on Netflix. Like, you know how it had
Yeah.
that Irishman
Wait,
on
when does
there?
it come
It's
out?
okay.
October 12th, right?
When's the Irishman?
Fine.
Kyle, this is a podcast.
There's too many
not an adult
October
film.
dates for me to remember,
I know.
honestly.
There's like 3 conversations going.
I know, this always happens.
Are you guys hyped though?
Yes,
Yeah.
Who
absolutely.
wouldn't be? If you haven't seen Breaking Bad, you're probably either A, living in North Korea, 2, have no sense of
A
good
to
film.
2.
Yeah, A, you're living in North Korea, or 2, which is also considered B, because B is the number 2 letter in the alphabet.
That works.
W, you don't have Netflix. That's okay. Psych, it's not. Get Netflix. Watch Breaking Bad.
I like the trailer because it's still like you don't know what's gonna happen in the story. It's
Yeah, I know.
ambiguous.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
Which I
excited.
like about
It's
it.
the best
Yeah.
kind of trailer.
'Cause I've been noticing a few films that I feel like with their trailers are just putting way too much out there, and then I'm like,
It's like
okay, so I
every
know what the
movie.
Yeah,
movie
those
is.
like
Back
8-minute trailers where it's like the
2015.
whole.
Yeah, and they put like the
plot.
best content on the trailer,
Yeah.
and then so to get you to actually come, and then that's all the good stuff. So you've already seen the good stuff, and the rest
Yeah.
of the film is trash.
Especially comedies, like you go there and you already heard the line from a commercial.
Yeah, like I don't
Like
want
the
to get
funny part.
That's why I don't
you're
really like watching trailers.
Yeah,
Like, if
I
it's
usually
anything
watch
over
it
30
against
seconds,
my
I
own
don't
will.
watch it.
Usually,
Because
like
of
I
him.
don't want to look up a trailer.
It's because of
usually,
him, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike's always the one blasting.
No,
his
or
trailers.
like see it before a movie, like a trailer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, well, I didn't want to
You're
watch
right,
that.
sorry. So it's not entirely your fault.
Dude, they just pop up on my YouTube feed, and if I'm
Yeah.
interested, I watch them.
I
Like-
know that.
I've been watching a lot of those like top 10 like scary movies of 2019 that have come out so far, or like I just watched one today that was like top 10 like 2019 disturbing films, you know, that have been released so far, and I found one called High Life, and it's got Edward from
Oh, Twilight. Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard about
Robert
that.
Pattinson.
Yeah,
Pattinson.
I heard about
Oh, yeah.
that movie.
So it's like a sci-fi film where basically he's like a prisoner on Earth, and they have a new program where they have to like send up a bunch of people to like reproduce on like another planet or like in space or something. I don't remember exactly, but basically he like instead of rotting in prison,
Oh yeah.
he like accepts the program to go into space and like has a child and has to raise his child in space. But it gets like super dark and like oddly sexual, but like not like okay they had to just like throw in sex just to like sell stuff, but like oh it's actually an interesting like kind of twist. So like they have to reproduce in order to like survive essentially. That's kind of what I got out of it. And then obviously it's in space, so it's just like
So-
epic and visually it just looks gnarly.
Well, speaking of Robert Pattinson and good movies,
That exists.
not Twilight.
That's
right? I know exactly.
Yeah,
I've
that's
never,
Listen,
I've never
if you
seen
wa-
Twilight.
I
If
haven't
you
either,
watch
but I think
this
the
and you
first one
like,
is good.
listen, if you watch
From what I've
this
heard.
and you enjoy Twilight, all I have to say is I read all 4 books.
I saw the first
Not
one in
ashamed of
theaters, not knowing what it was going to be.
I thought the movies were good.
The movies
My
were
mom
so
watched
much
them.
worse
Maybe
than
I
the
will,
books.
actually.
Like the books were decent,
It's a hard pass for me.
but like the movies were really bad. Like
Because the books you
visuals
can
were-
imagine it like rated
That's a hard
R,
pass for me.
but in the movies.
no,
it's
because there's
PG.
not even like rated R scenes in the book. Like there's not like you would think since this is like a fantasy version of 50 Shades of Grey for teenagers.
Well, in the first movie,
No, it is. You think by the time you get to the 4th book, which is like 800 pages, when they actually fuck, like, you know, it would be detailed. I know.
in the first movie though, there's like vampires that rip this dude apart, and it shows
Yeah.
it from like under a grate, and you can see it. And then there's also
Yeah,
a part
it's
where this dude gets beheaded,
brutal.
and it shows it.
and in
So I
the
thought that'd be in the book too.
in the books too, like it's brutal. It's not like oh they
That's
just
the
get
only
their
one I've seen,
their
though.
body parts get ripped off and there's like no blood. It's like no, man,
Oh,
there's
what the-
blood. Like it's just like not really what you'd expect.
It's
It's
like
like
something my mom wouldn't let me watch.
Twilight.
yeah,
When I
it's-
was younger, not now.
It's-
Sorry.
Yeah,
It's-
my mom's got she has,
Okay,
the,
but
she has
yeah,
the child
Robert-
restrictions on TV. And you can't you put in the passcode. It's like 15 digits.
But yeah, so on good Robert Pattinson movies, he has a movie called Good Times. Came out in like 2000 something, 10 or
Doesn't sound like
15.
a good time to me.
No, listen. So
It's
it's
actually a
about
bad time. The whole
so it's about him and his brother in New York, and they're poor, and his brother's like trying to scheme his way to get money, and his brother was in jail, or he's on probation, or he's in jail or on probation, and he gets out, and like it's just about him living in New York. I think his brother, I don't even remember, but like the commercial kind of ruined the movie from what I remember, or the trailer. I haven't seen the trailer in a while, but I saw a clip from it today, and it looked really good. Like just like this like 5-second scene on Instagram on a Cinemaphile page I follow, like it just like looked really intense. Like I didn't know that Robert Pattinson could pull that out of his sparkly ass. If you haven't seen
I didn't
Twilight,
even know
they
it was
sparkle.
sparkly.
It's sad. I don't know why. Why would you have sparkly vampires?
They're sparkly.
They're sparkly.
They are a little pretty.
They don't die. In
These are pretty
Like,
vampires.
They don't look like how you
Their
like how
skin is like
vampires should be
diamonds.
depicted.
Yeah, and in the light they
So
sparkle.
weird.
I
Yeah,
feel
they
like
don't
I feel like I'd
die.
be more scared if like someone was like, "Dude, the pretty vampires are out tonight." Like, I mean, that's more
Well,
terrifying.
see, at
than
night
just,
you
like,
don't see the sparkles.
Vampires
Though.
are out.
It's during the day when you see the sparkles. When the sun
That-
hits their skin sparkles like diamonds.
So they don't burn. Because I thought that
No.
vampires. So
Not in this
Wow.
universe.
good for them though. They
They're more
So they
OP.
over time, you know,
They've evolved.
they've evolved. they no longer burn. They just sparkle a whole lot. So they are pretty. They're fashionable vampires.
Yeah, but
It's
they
not
still
an
need a bath.
evolution though. That's the thing. Because like you meet like some of the first vampires who were like thousands and thousands of years old later in the books, and they've sparkled their entire existence too. So it's just like
Well,
a trait.
because they're supposed to be like during the day, like they have to live indoors, but
Yeah.
they're supposed to be like these like beautiful creatures, almost like a temptress type of thing.
Yeah, because it's a
And then-
50 Shades of Grey for tweens.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought
yeah.
they were just like really emo, like My Chemical Romance.
No, it's like no.
They just-
The author Stephanie Myers in
They just sit
interviews
in the
has
room and
said
just
this
black
is
parade
why don't you
inspired
should
by
write a
50
vampire
Shades
movie.
of Grey.
We should write a vampire.
I
movie.
could write a lot of things, but I don't have.
We gotta
the
bring back
money to.
vampires.
Oh no, buddy! I have plenty of ideas. We'll discuss them later.
You know, I will say,
You want
shout out to Starbucks for making these pumpkin spice latte drinks.
Hipster.
Dude,
They're so
non
good.
hip. This is the farthest
Hipster.
thing from hipster. This is
Yeah,
just this
this
is
is
mainstream.
Hipster.
now.
mainstream.
Hipster.
Nope,
Hipster.
this is 100%
This is so mainstream. Starbucks used to be hip.
Okay, you're right. No,
Is it
no,
hipster?
wait. You're
think-
right. You're right. It isn't hipster. It's white bitch basic.
Yes. Not afraid. I'm secure. I'm fine. This is delicious. I will continue to drink these.
And you wonder why I call you.
I
want
don't.
to.
I don't typically like Starbucks' coffee because I think it tastes too burnt,
Yeah, but
and especially like their straight cold brew, it tastes like soil. It actually tastes like if I took soil from the ground instead of coffee grounds and replaced that in the filter and then let that drip. Yeah, that's what it tastes like, and I threw it away immediately. But if I go and get some sweet there, if I'm just like, okay, yeah, I just want sugar and a little bit of a pick-me-up, I'm gonna go get
this.
pumpkin spice latte flavored with other natural flavors from
So,
the gas
well,
station.
hold on.
With
Wait.
What are you sponsored?
with some espresso.
Yeah, hey, sponsored by Starbucks. Starbucks, give us free coffee.
Yeah,
So,
please give us free coffee.
right?
Starbucks,
I know, free coffee
I
is
need
drinkable.
free
You broke the
coffee.
sound barrier with
I'm
that
broke.
collab.
I'm broke. I'm tired of paying $3 to $5 for your coffee. If we sponsor you or you sponsor me, however the hell that works, I don't really know. Just give me your free coffee. I'll
Yeah,
drink it.
I won't drink bangs.
I'll drink your
anymore.
burnt soil, Starbucks.
This is delicious, though. Black
I will
cherry
drink
brandy.
your burnt soil.
Okay, wait.
From the
So,
ground.
Hey, on the topic of coffee, because I know we
Mud
talked
in
about
the
this.
ground. Just
Hey, I will
with a
talk about
straw.
coffee.
Hold
all
on.
day.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. Don't worry, buddy. Since we're on the topic of coffee, and I know you wanted
Coffee.
to talk about this,
Coffee.
why don't we have Kyle explain?
Third wave coffee. All right.
No. I
Second
want you
wave
to go
and third
deep.
wave.
We need to go first wave, second
I
wave.
had this conversation.
I need to
in
know
Japan. This is
everything.
an hour conversation.
Listen, I want to know Listen, I want to know everything there is to know about coffee.
Dude, this is gonna be.
I'm
another
only gonna
hour.
make fun of you the entire time.
Oh my god! If we're gonna be here all night, if you get.
Hey,
too
I can keep
into
it short because I'm not an expert by any means. Yes,
Just
I
tell us
I
everything
work.
you know.
I work at a coffee shop, and so I try to learn as much as I can. But
Hipster.
it interests me. I did like a paper on it once.
Hipster.
Is he the man bun?
I've got a bun too.
Yeah, you got a ponytail. No, you got a bun. It's
a bun.
right on.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Uh-huh.
let's have both of you stand up and let's have you guys compare fits. Who's more of a hipster?
I got Tim's on.
I have Yeezys
With rolled up
and
jeans.
a Dark Seas long sleeve. On.
He has.
I got-
slim fit jeans.
Listen, the gold chain, the
He also has
unknown
a hat.
underground band shirt, the hat, the man bun, the mustache.
I think the corduroy hat is hipster.
this is
That's
what
a good.
takes the cake though. Rolled up jeans,
And
higher than necessary.
Now you got that
Long
oaky
socks.
aroma to it.
On my wool socks I got from REI like 6 years ago.
Yes,
Burn your
and
whole
wait.
Shout out REI.
Can I guess where you got these Tims from?
Can we just put this down?
Yes,
I'm
you
tired
can,
of holding
actually.
Kyle's foot.
Goodwill.
I am
of some
tired
sorts.
of holding Kyle's foot. We're putting his
but
foot
you're
down.
on the right category.
Oh, Grooves. Not Grooves.
No.
The place in Encinitas.
Yes.
Flashbacks.
Yes.
Yes. Flashbacks.
Shout out Leah for getting me that. My 19th birthday. Appreciate it. Still good. I hike in these. I wear them for fashion. I go to shows in them.
Hipster.
They're like they're the hardest shoe I have.
all,
Hipster.
all purpose.
They're all purpose.
I'm not denying that.
Hey, I have definitely.
I'm just saying
Hey,
the whole fit screams hipster. That's
That's why I offset it with a gold chain.
I don't really think it offsets it as much as it adds
Okay,
to it.
you tell me. You go down to some third wave coffee shop and see all the startup hipsters who are in their mid-20s that are doing their new
Startup
kombucha
hipsters.
companies like Oak and Sapphire or whatever.
with their podcast.
Yeah, with their podcast. Hey guys, this is the Oak and Sapphire Kombucha podcast. We're gonna be taste testing the 5 new popular kombuchas today. Is it kombucha or kombucha? I don't even know.
Kombucha.
Kombucha. You're
Listen,
dirty.
every time you leave the room, it makes me want a kombucha all over the place.
Oh my god.
This is getting weird quick.
So explain coffee
okay.
in the most basic of terms
I
first.
feel like I'm gonna butcher. Okay, well.
Coffee
Get some
comes from
beans.
the South American cocoa beans.
Okay, calm
No,
down, Alex
well,
Jones.
not
infomercial.
necessarily true. So coffee comes
From the highest regions
a
of
cherry,
the Chiapas.
and
Mountains.
basically within. So they, I don't know as much research as I've done on this. So it's
You literally explained this to me for an hour and a half at a freaking cafe in Japan. So
Well, let's
Yeah,
also
ba-
remember
basically,
he was probably drunk.
what do
No,
you
he was
know?
sober.
This was
He
when
was
we went
drunk
to
off that
Mika.
homemade- yeah,
we had
Mika.
just come back from our hike,
yeah.
and so Ryan and I just I don't know. We just got it. He was asking me questions
Yeah,
about
it
coffee.
was. 'Cause
So
there was a bunch
how
of
about this? How about
coffee
you
things
ask
everywhere.
me what you don't know about coffee, and I'll
Okay.
try my best to answer it.
All right, what's the difference between espresso and your standard cup of coffee?
Okay, so there's that's a good question. So it depends on how it's roasted too,
Okay.
because there are certain beans that are roasted a certain way that are better for just drip coffee, which is your typical coffee pot you wake up and your mom and dad have been brewing in the morning, or you go to a coffee shop or whatever, you have espresso machine, and the way that it's also placed into the portafilter versus with regular coffee, you're just putting loose grounds into a filter and then letting hot water, boiling water just drip through it. And then what you're getting out of that is the coffee.
And a fantastic high.
A fantastic.
Fantastic high. Coffee's technically a high.
Well,
It's a
yeah,
placebo.
It's not like
Especially-
it's not like it's
I know,
not
but
like
just how you said it was
It's-
funny.
well,
Yeah, I
especially
know.
too.
I think it makes you need to shit, which forces you to stay awake.
And here's the thing: a good morning dark roast with a
Well, honey,
good
mm.
post poop
Mm.
is one of the best, most satisfying things. Oh, dude! Every
That's going in a description. Coffees and poop. Tonight's
Oh,
topic.
yeah.
dude.
Oh yeah.
I can talk about this all
How about-
Sunday mornings. I go to my coffee shop. I open. First thing I do,
You take a
I
shit.
put on my chill lo-fi study beats.
You lay down your toilet paper on the toilet seat.
These little triangles.
I brew the cup. My boss comes in. We both just enjoy a cup of coffee and talk about just the day,
Dude, I want to
our
work in a
week,
coffee shop. My boss
and
don't
then
talk to me.
right when we open,
Y'all hiring?
I go. No, actually, not. Actually, I have no idea.
Kinda.
Yeah, some guy just left, and
I'll
then
walk you.
and then I just go right upstairs, and I enjoy the best poop I could have. Not the best poop I've ever had, as the singular, but just in categorizing the different poops you can have. A post coffee poop, hands down the best, because it feels like I've accomplished something, and releasing that load. It literally feels like you dropped so much weight, and it's
Okay.
so successful.
I want to explain something. That is fantastic. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah.
It is a fantastic way to start your morning.
Yeah.
You
I
want to
mean,
know
yeah,
how I
I
make
think
Well,
everyone
listen, wait.
who's
You want to
men
know
can
how I
relate
make
to
it
that
5
feeling.
times better?
Talk to me.
Just
You-
5 times. Nothing
I
extreme.
know exactly what he's gonna say.
Just add a cigarette. Cigarette with coffee in the morning.
It's not
That
a bad
nicotine-
combination.
Little sippy sip. We've done it before.
I
It
feel
is
like-
fantastic.
Yeah, it's
In-
not a bad comment. I
But
think
colder-
it
picture
doesn't
that
make it.
every
It doesn't
morning
make it
in
so
Japan.
much better.
Probably, yeah.
Well,
probably
listen,
the
it doesn't make it
next
so
morning.
much better that you're like, I have to have a cigarette every time I drink coffee. I'll drink coffee in the morning and not have a cigarette and just have it inside my house and have a cigarette an hour later. I'll have one before I make coffee. But sometimes I just won't have one with coffee. But when I have one with coffee, it just makes my day a little brighter.
Well,
It's nice.
personally, I mean, this is just because you're not really you can't really get a feeling off of a cigar, but cigars and coffee, that's an actual pairing. There's different types of coffees you can pair with a cigar. So that one morning in Japan, the second to last day, I was like, man, I've only had one cigar in the 2 weeks I've been here, and I brought all these cigars. I'm gonna have a cigar and coffee in the morning. So I went down the street, got a coffee, came back, and I lit a Cuban cigar that I brought with me. That was like that's literally probably the best morning of my life. That
I
I've ever
remember
had.
walking down.
Was
remember
just
walking
sitting,
down
was
the
just standing
stairs.
out on the deck, looking at all
Yeah,
the trees
that's right.
surrounding. It wasn't even
Yeah.
like the greatest area, like just because of
No.
all the streets and stuff. But there was that like that one pocket of view where you just got all this like the trees and the
Yeah.
clouds and everything, and it's just that jungle feel. And it's like cold in the morning, so you got like that cold breeze hitting you, and you're just chilling with a Cuban cigar.
I remember
Yeah.
walking
and a
out.
coffee, and you're in Japan. It was like wow.
I remember walking out that morning and just like opening the door and like walking out to go downstairs and you're just like, hey, what's up? And I was just like,
Yeah, I know.
what? And
Where'd
I
you come
just
from?
turned
You're
around
so
and
quiet.
he's just standing there smoking a
Yeah.
Cuban. He has his little can of coffee. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? And I just had my cigarette there with him. And I did the combination that he was doing, and oh my god, that honestly,
Really
see,
good.
that combination with that specific, with that coffee, in that moment, I would say is
Yeah.
pretty good, but I can't because of how much I love cigarettes.
Nicotine feet. I would say
I got my pack right here, I gotta keep my eye on it for safety, Safe keepings. I know it's there, I'm good to go. I don't need it right now. I'm good.
I would say one of the best like morning coffee and like a smoke situation I've been in is when we did the Big Bear trip.
the Irish creams.
So having the
Oh,
Irish
those are
cream cigarillos or cigarillos, however you say it.
Just cigars.
Cigar, yeah, the
I had
little
one of
small,
those with
little
They're
small. Yeah.
basically the Clint Eastwood cigars in
Yeah.
what is that movie? Or
The
Good, the bad, the ugly.
Yes, yeah.
For a fistful of
little
dollars.
tiny
Yeah.
Irish
All those
creams
old Western
Yeah.
movies.
with
Spaghetti Western.
an
Or a
Irish
few
coffee.
more dollars, or a few dollars more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, and then with an Irish coffee, and then sitting out on the deck, and it's like not super cold, but it's nice and like calm and breezy, and just sitting on the deck, just putting
Yeah.
on just some like acoustic, some
We did
acoustic,
put on some, like,
acoustic
weird
jams,
shit.
and then just like sit and relax, and it's a really great feeling. But
And then that was the day we went on the hike too, right?
yeah, we went on the hike that morning.
That was
as
a
well.
good hike.
So-
Oh,
Fantastic.
I was
Oh,
gonna
I saw
add,
the
wait,
photos
wait,
under
before
the
before
hill.
we continue. So this is gonna sound. This is just kind of funny because it's like not me.
hmm
Well, it could be me. I don't know if this is me. But so that morning,
Identity crisis.
that whole Japan trip, I mean, I know Lil Peep's been dead for a fat minute now. Rest in peace. Like I never was into his music, and I like just before the trip, I was like just trying to find like random artists that I've heard of and never listened to. So I found like a couple Lil Peep songs that I just really liked. So I'm pretty sure that whole 45 minutes. Yeah, in fact, I am sure that whole 45 minutes I was smoking that cigar with a coffee. I was just listening to the same 2 Lil Peep songs.
That's
Which is
tight.
yeah, but it's just kind of funny because it doesn't seem like that's like what you would put on when you're having a cup of coffee and a cigar. Like
Yeah.
In
you
the
think,
morning,
like,
too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you think like acoustic. Well, it was like one of his more mellow songs, but like not him. Like it wasn't like just like
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't-
I don't
no,
know
it was like-
Oh.
yeah. I don't even remember.
So you
what
should
the
have
song
freaking-
was, but
Captured that.
You should be a rapper. Right?
There we go. Yeah, but let's save that. We'll put it into Pro Tools and we'll just
Hey.
spit bars over that.
Call me anytime after 2 a.m., baby. I'm available. You know what I'm saying, huh?
Now we got free studio time at school. Shout out to Cal State San Marcos. You're the GOAT. Sponsor us.
Please don't. You're gonna hate
But-
this podcast if you listen to it. He
but-
hasn't listened to it.
But
Not a fan.
to quickly go back and finish that up. So with espresso.
Please don't slam things on the table because it interrupts our crappy mic.
we
I'm sorry,
derailed a lot
microphone.
on this, so it's fine.
Sorry, microphone.
Let's just levitate it then.
I know. I need to figure out a way.
Yeah.
Put it up there. The Force Awakens.
Oh no, that's in here.
Anyways,
Yeah,
so
we discussed this.
with regular
Not
like
that
drip
one.
coffee, like loose grounds, hot water going through at your cup. With espresso,
Oh yeah, we
you know
were talking about
you're
coffee.
you're grinding and you're
For
packing
the whole
down
pot.
you're packing down the grounds into a portafilter, kind of like in a puck shape, okay? And then you're putting it in the actual espresso machine, whatever you want to call it. And then and it's just forcing this boiling hot water through, and what comes out is a lot thicker and like more syrupy, and so it's a lot more potent. That's why espresso is like stronger than just your average cup of coffee.
Okay.
Speaking of why
That was
it's,
so-
well, no. You'll understand. Speaking of why it's stronger. Remember the first time we had espresso?
Oh my god, dude! When what was that? So I must have been like right.
2015.
Yeah, it was
I
just
had
graduating
just
high
moved.
school.
Yeah, you had no.
What?
It was
It's
2014.
That's
It was the end of 2014. I had just moved to San Marcos You were still in high school. We went
I started
to
freaking senior.
yeah, we went to Perks
It's a Perks
in
in
San
San
Marcos.
Marcos.
Never had espresso before. We drank 2 plus a mocha, which is
Yeah,
still
so we
espresso.
had and we were out.
Plus
here's the
some
thing, we
Perks.
were out all day like record shopping.
Yeah.
and then it was probably like
9:30.
not
10.
9:30, and this is when Perks stayed open till like 10:30. Now they're closed at 6, like
Yeah.
normal coffee shops do, I guess. But
It's kind of lame.
But we had like these ginormous mochas that were like in this like in a feeding trough basically.
It really
We're
was.
just like blah, 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 blah. And then after that we're just like he comes out and he's like, yeah, you guys you want any like macchiatos? And we're like, I have no idea what a macchiato is at all. We're like, yeah, like sure.
Because
let's
he's like,
do it.
hey, you know, you guys are here late. You know, we gave him a good tip. He's like, hey, you can have some free macchiato.
Yeah, it's like, here,
Like, all right.
I love the macchiatos. Like I love those things. They're really yummy. I don't know what that is. I'm thinking it's like some like gnarly like just specialty, coffee with like foam and stuff. It is like
Like a
this teeny.
Frappuccino.
It's like the size of like the bowl on this pipe basically, and
Tobacco
it's
pipe.
It's I don't smoke weed. And it's basically like it's just like a few shots of espresso, like 2 to 3 shots of espresso, and a dollop of foam, and so you just put that thing back, and you're like.
Like you're taking a shot of whiskey.
And so I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning, organizing and rearranging my whole bedroom. Just like, I can organize this better now. I think my pencil should go over here, actually. All my clothes are going to get hung up, color coordinated. And I was like, and then I woke up the next morning just like, oh.
Yeah.
What did I do?
It was so funny. I got home.
10:30 macchiatos.
I got home
That
and
sounds
I was
so
like,
bad.
all right, I need to go to bed. And I like laid down in my bed and I was just like, okay. Sleep. How do we go to sleep? All right, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1,000, 1,000. Ah! All right, get up. Well, you need to do something. Keep yourself occupied. Don't scream. Don't wake people up. You're 11 o'clock. Don't wake people up. Okay, let's go. All right, put headphones in. Let's listen to the record. Just sit here. Zen, calm. Fall asleep. Calm. Ah, I can't sleep. And then I just kind of stayed up and sat around shaking, rocking back and forth till like 2 or 3.
I've never had that happen. I kind of want to try a macchiato now.
No. We had like multiple
Yeah.
drinks. This is the first time we ever
throughout the
tried
days.
this.
But it was like you don't end out
So
your
you guys
night
just
with,
went.
like,
You just went drinking coffee all day. That's all you guys did.
pretty much.
We were
Why have we not
18
done
and
that,
17.
Kyle?
We
Why
should.
have we not just gone to random
We should
places
take
and
him to
tried
the
to drink
living
coffees?
room.
Yes. And the best thing about that, the upstairs is a cigar lounge.
He can't go in there.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. You can now. Okay.
You
So
right.
when we do, sorry, happy birthday. So when we do,
It's okay. I'm pretty sure our audience knows I'm only 20 in the state of California. But you know what? Hey, guess what, California?
wait. So in the state
We
of
did state it on the
in the
first
state of
episode.
California, you're 20. But in other states, are you like a different age or something like that?
No,
That's
no.
so specific.
See, here's how it works. In California, he's 20 and technically still kind of a minor.
Yeah. But if you
In
I go
every
to
other
Arizona,
state besides
I can
Hawaii,
sheath
New
these
York,
down and
He's a fully legal adult who can purchase firearms, smoke cigarettes, and shoot whatever thing that moves that isn't
Drink
human.
alcohol.
You can't drink though.
Yeah, you can't drink.
yeah, no, I can't drink.
It's a lot easier to get out there though if you're under
That's true.
21.
But
They got nothing better to do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's fun. Don't drink and shoot. Don't do any drugs and shoot, including tobacco. Actually, if you're a nicotine addict like me, smoke before you go shooting.
You could keep it real like me right here with the cigar and
You're
just
real?
enjoy the taste.
Do I need
I'm
to just
real, you
do
are
I
not
just
real.
do I just need to cut away right here on the video and just pull up the photo of you in Japan shirtless with 3 cigarettes in your mouth?
That's fine. That's a funny picture that I
That
don't
is
remember
so
taking.
funny.
I don't remember taking that.
that
was
one that
night
you just
one,
sent
dude.
us
Oh,
in the doorway,
yeah.
I forgot that
That was on
happened.
film.
When I was
Yeah, that was so funny.
I'm gonna cut
shirtless
that
in
into
a
the
Can we cut
freaking
that in there?
Speedo.
Yeah.
I'm fine with
Cutting
that. With
Greatest
this
picture
chain
of all time. That was so good.
Y'all are gonna
Yeah,
get
I'm
really
just looking at your
disturbed.
sack.
I don't know
I
if
was
you're gonna
just
see me
looking-
during this.
All y'all
That's a
are-
bulge.
Next,
I was
all
literally just-
13 of y'all.
I was literally just looking at
Shut
Kyle's freaking bulge because I was just like,
What?
Kyle's bulge is in my face.
It
Yeah.
was in your
We were
face.
sitting on the doorway
Yeah.
of our bedroom, and I just woken up, so I'm in still in my underwear, my
No,
boxers.
we had come home. I don't think this was
Oh, okay,
the
so we
morning.
were. That makes more sense actually.
Yeah, we.
And I like
We
ride up.
changed
I
it
ride
for,
up my boxers to make
home
like tidy whitey style,
Mhm.
and then I'm just like leaning against the door, just like, what's up? And I have the chain on, my hair is like pulled up, and he's in his Bape shirt, also in his underwear. So, and it's like,
You're staring at his dong.
yeah.
So I was
it's,
like, what the? I was like kind of thrown off guard because I remember I was laughing about something, and all of a sudden Kyle just walks out and I'm just like mid laugh, like looking at his bulge. I was like, what the heck?
All right, this is happening.
Oh, dude, you go hard right there.
That's so funny.
That's pretty high.
Okay, so no one got a picture of this.
Did
which
Kyle
I'm really. That's so funny. So, I'm really upset that that Xander didn't get a picture of this. But apparently there was one night. Well, this is multiple nights, but one night specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So Blake, do you remember those Japanese like versions of the My Cards?
Yeah.
We'd literally get like every night we'd come back and
Oh,
just
God.
chill and stuff. So apparently there was one night where I was just literally in my underwear on that really tiny couch, just chilling back with one of those in my hand, just like watching something on the laptop. Like I'm just like this, like just sprawled out of my underwear, just like this. And Xander was telling me the next day, he was like, "Bro, I can't believe I walked out of the room last night and you were just in your underwear with the Japanese Mike's Hard just chilling here, like just slumped on the couch." I really wish someone got a picture of that.
I wish I had too, because I remember walking out.
Walking
back
That really
in.
happened multiple
I
times.
walked back in from having a cigarette, and I was like, what the fuck am I walking into? Jesus.
Apparently that happened multiple times.
Yeah, no, we
According
did
to
a
Xander.
lot of weird crap.
Okay, so when we go back to Japan, you ever see me and it's like 2 a.m. and I'm already faded and I have a Japanese Mike's Hard, I'm in my underwear on the couch, slumped, you gotta take that picture.
Listen, the next time we're in Japan, all I know is we better be on a tour, and I better be photographing that shit. Well, I mean, I will be, but like,
We're trying to do
Yeah,
that next summer.
I need like 20 rolls of film. I need a little bit of a per diem beforehand, so I can just buy as much film as humanly possible to take as much
Yeah.
B-roll candid stuff as humanly possible, because that's what I like film for, is the personal stuff, because I can kind of, with a film camera, I can get more in your face than I can with my digital camera, because my digital camera is big and bulky and you see that thing. With the film camera, I can kind of just like sit right here while you're looking at something else and just take a photo.
Yeah.
You're not going to notice it until you hear the sound.
So
Do
now
we
we're
want
getting
it?
into
Okay,
filmography.
so
Right? I hear it
Um,
ringing in my ear.
So Mike, what do we want to? Do you mind if we just interview Kyle, do some questions, or would we rather Blake pull up some interesting
Let's pull up
topics
some
and
stories.
we can
'cause
get Kyle's opinion.
I want to.
So
let's pull
while
up
he
some
researches,
topics.
I'm going to
Let's
ask him a
interview.
question.
Yeah, let's you guys
Yeah, I
do a
can't
little
find
interview.
anything.
All right, so
It's all political shit, bro.
Kyle, if you don't know, and we're already
All
about
of it.
30 minutes into this podcast.
Frick politics.
Kyle is not only my best friend, my brother, not my lover, because I don't want this whole spiel to go that route.
Also, if you want to be my
Alright.
lover, you have to get with my friends. So
anyways,
Oh my
anyways,
gosh.
Kyle,
That was good.
Kyle is my favorite drummer in my band. He's also my only drummer. So,
Shawshank.
Kyle,
Shawshank
what
Follow us on Spotify.
SoundCloud, Spotify, Snapchat, Instagram,
We're not on
They're not on
Snapchat.
Snapchat.
Facebook.
We're on Twitter though.
YouTube?
Pandora.
Yes, we're on YouTube. And
Okay,
yes, Pandora.
so first question,
Really?
Kyle, how did you get into playing the drums? Like, what made you want to start playing the drums? Because I don't even know this.
Two things. At the time, my kind of like disdain for playing the piano, because that's what I started playing, and I did not like it. This is, I mean, years 15, 16 years ago. And then my dad, because he played drums, and I thought it looked really cool, and it looked really fun. And I was like, okay, like, Dad, show me how to play drums. And then from there, just the path just goes down, spirals into, well, I didn't want my dad teaching me because, you know, like, it's sometimes, like, when a parent is trying to teach you something, you get, like, too stubborn with them as a kid, and you're like, I don't want to listen. But then you go and, you know, take lessons from an actual instructor who has no ties to you, and they're teaching you the exact same thing. You're like, oh, okay, cool. But, you know, as a stubborn child, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, from there, basically just like getting lessons from other instructors, quitting for a little bit, then realizing I love it, and then picking it back up again, and then from there on, just like playing with, you know, just people, and
And you play live with me, yelling.
and
for
now
your
you're in.
drums.
Yeah, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate it too. I'm glad I made that decision. So, this is something that I actually don't know, but I feel like I know the answer to. So I'm here with a cigar, and you're here with pipe tobacco. What do you like better, cigars or pipe tobacco?
It's hard because sometimes, like, you know, you just like it with it's a simple little glass, little finger of whiskey, you know, and a cigar, or like even like a good like Cabernet or like Merlot with a cigar.
You had wine on a cigar.
It's only the
Yeah,
one though.
it's really good actually.
Where was I with this?
I was
just chilling.
I was probably by myself,
What?
testing it out to see if it was actually worth it.
Huh.
But it's hard because I love my pipe. It's just really cool looking and it's fun, and it's easier and it's quicker. So like, if I'm just like, okay, like I want a little bit of tobacco, just like a little bit, like I'll, you know, put some tobacco pipe in here and, you know, light it a little bit. It usually goes out if I'm not, you know, keeping it well circulated with air. And I just put it down if I wanted to, but it seemed I can do that with a cigar, and then I'll just, you know,
Yeah.
sit whatever. But yeah, that's really hard. I've actually been asking myself that question a lot too because I don't 100% know. But I think right now, I'm gonna say pipe.
Well,
But that could change like in a month because
Well-
I could get a really, you know, buy a nice, you know.
Well,
cigar.
I don't-
let me get into this
Hold
real
on,
quick
hold
because
on.
I
I just want to put my point as to why I think this, and I'm going to let you talk after this. I promise. I think the reason why you're more into the pipe is one, the pipes are there's definitely more of an art sense behind
Yeah.
the pipe than there is a cigar. Yes, I believe I think cigars are also a form of art, considering that there's different shapes, the flavor and everything that's compacted with it. However, I also the reason why I think you're more into that, besides the artistic side, is that I don't think you've really like explored too many different types of cigars.
Not really.
As much as
Besides those
I
like
have.
Connecticut Camachos and
Exactly.
occasionally the Don Falo.
Though that's not ever
the
mentioned.
terrible.
Don't ever smoke a Don Falo cigar. Mike will find you and he will punch you in your throat. They're terrible. They're like $1. Not even that. They're probably worth less than $1.
if I ever find one in his car, you will see him hanging from a tree.
Jeez, I got
Okay.
dark real quick.
So
Sinister.
Subscribe and like and comment. You can pick up the ashtray and just take it off the table.
So I think what needs to happen, which unfortunately hasn't happened because I really don't see this guy that much unless it's for band stuff or concerts, and tonight we all don't really hang out like just to hang out. I feel like it's always like for events.
Yeah.
Which we should probably change that up.
Yeah.
But
Camping.
We're all friends.
hey, when I
Yes.
when I turn 21, Kyle, we're going to a cigar lounge, and I'm gonna buy you the nicest cigar.
Hey,
I'm gonna buy you for my birthday. For my birthday, I'm buying you the nicest cigar.
I'm
He's
down.
buying me a bottle of Jameson.
I am, because I owe him for a lot of stuff.
A
Not
lot
really.
of nights that he has slept at my house.
A lot of gas you've spent.
Yeah, that too.
That's true. As
It's
he,
okay.
as he
You
looks
had-
at everyone
Well,
else.
he had a bottle of whiskey that we were going to share that his grandparents brought from Ireland back
That's
for him.
legit.
But,
Jesse drank it all.
well,
No.
no.
Mike.
The ex-resident of this studio did.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
That's why I put a lock on my room door.
Yeah.
That totally sucks.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
why it's empty in here.
And now a studio.
So did you want to pitch him the cigar?
Yeah, so
So-
the reason for me personally that I don't like pipe tobacco any more than I like cigars really.
As he's about to pack a pipe.
No,
No,
it's
I'm
not loaded.
emptying it. I
Oh.
just had one. I just
Sorry,
had a
Kyle.
bowl, and I have another one. I don't know yet.
Fight.
I'm definitely gonna have another one, but maybe not right now. I might have it right now. I don't know. Nicotine addict.
Did you smoke a cigarette on here?
No.
Oh, I was like, what?
Jesus, no.
Is there nicotine in that?
In-
In pipe tobacco?
What?
You just said nicotine.
He was
addict.
talking about
I'm like,
this.
okay, we'll do. Never mind.
No, there is nicotine in pipe tobacco, Kyle.
You just don't inhale pipe tobacco.
Yeah, you still
don't
get
inhale
nicotine
cigars.
effect from it, but not nearly even close
I don't know
to as
nothing.
much. It's tobacco, Kyle. What do you think isn't tobacco? Fairy dust and
That'd be
cocktail
sick
juice?
though. That would be dope.
Just get magical powers.
Just let's
Smoke
whoa,
it.
dude, how
Some
wings.
fairy dust, little
Just the
angel
wings
dust.
just burst out of your back, just rips your like back open. You're like, ah!
Hey, Kyle, would you like some angel dust?
Hey, those guys are dope. I want to see those.
No,
guys.
dude.
What the band Angel Dust?
No, Kyle, no.
I think it's like a heroin powder.
It's
or
like
something.
heroin and meth, I think, mixed together.
What?
Yeah, some sort of drug.
Yeah.
I knew it was a
Charlie
drug,
Sheen
but-
used to do it on 2.5 Men. That's when he went all, I got tiger blood. That was that Charlie Sheen was Angel Dust Charlie Sheen.
I
Yeah.
know. Welcome
That's
to the
gnarly.
podcast where there's
What's that
barely
at?
any ventilation. It's
Well,
always
yeah, we
crowds
forgot.
here.
50
So it's
seconds.
like a sauna. We're all like a hot thing together.
Once we
Yeah.
get out of here, it feels really nice.
Yeah, it
It's
does.
like a sauna.
Sauna.
Sorry,
Sauna.
you play drums, so
Yeah, you'll be fine.
you'll be okay. The heat won't be anything.
That,
You can't
that
stand
you just
it.
played a show. That show we played at Brick, dude. That was so hot. I was.
I know.
sweating
Okay, so it wasn't
bullets.
just me. It seemed like it was like
No,
way
I was
hotter.
extra
Dude,
hot in
no,
there.
no, no. Because from when we left and went out, because you couldn't stay in the venue. So when we left, it wasn't that hot in there. When we got back, I walked in, and before your set, I was just pouring sweat.
Yeah, I know.
And then once I started taking photos, it was like I was crying at like the end of How I Met Your Mother for the first time because
Yeah,
I was so disappointed
It
and
felt
wanted
like
to
it
rip
was
my
hotter
TV
than
out
it
of
was
the
at the Shea
sink.
Cafe.
No,
It wasn't
It was
It
way
felt
hotter.
like it was way hotter than.
Oh, yeah.
Way
So when we played the Shea, those
hotter.
lights are just like right there, and you're just like dying.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was still way hotter at Brick.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why that was.
And there's
weird.
ins and
Usually
outs
it's
at
not
Shea,
like
so
that.
you can go on like the patio and just like
Chill.
get all
They just
kinds
had
of
the
air.
heater on.
It
Yeah,
felt like it.
they purposely just turned it up.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you know what? You can't have the heater on at the Shea.
At the shed.
What?
You can't have the heater on at the Shea
Why?
because it's the people's heater.
It's the people's weed.
I don't get that joke.
I
At the, no, listen. At Brick by Brick.
I'm so I am
Listen.
so lost.
Just
Listen,
play the
listen.
laugh track over it so people laugh. At it.
So okay, at Brick by Brick, the heater is controlled by the owner of the building or whoever owns the brick or
Right.
whoever's GM that night. Okay.
Yes.
At the Shea Cafe, it's run by the people. It's the place for the people.
Yeah, because
A
it's like
venue for the people with no hate.
because literally everyone that works there at Shea is like a communist. That's why it's called the Shea Cafe.
It's the
named-
people's
It's
heater.
named after Che Guevara, the guy who
I
started
know.
the Cuban
Yeah,
Revolution.
I'm gonna
That was a
maybe
long-
cut this part out.
That was a long walk for a short drink of water.
No, it's just
Save never shirts.
this is just a fact.
I know.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a collective. It's a community.
it is. It's very cool. Like,
They like weed.
It's-
They're actually pretty nice people.
they're very nice
Yeah.
people. It's just, you know,
It's just kind of weird. It's kind of a weird environment. You almost
it's definitely a different environment.
yeah.
Something we're not used to.
It's weird.
This is how society should be. That'll be cut out. That's all.
Alright. Pause.
Digress.
No, we don't need to
Right,
pause. I've
pause,
gotten
okay.
pretty good at this. Okay,
Okay.
I got this.
Um,
I've gotten pretty good at it.
All right.
Listen
So,
to the podcast.
do you have a topic, or should I ask him one more question?
No, we really don't. There's not much.
No
That is
stories.
political.
Look up what's going on in Florida. Let's
Oh,
pull
that's
some
true.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Yeah, Florida man.
All right.
Well, I
So
just wanted to say this: Juul accepts proposed ban on flavored vaping products as CEO steps down.
Jewels are whack.
No more
100.
Juuls.
I'm gonna say I am honestly okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not really a fan of like the binge juuling
Yeah,
as
that's-
if it's like
that's weird.
I feel like when it becomes just like a habit, like biting your nails or like picking your nose or whatever, just jewels, like I don't know, it's just weird when I just see just like people just like not even realizing they're just like jewel.
Yeah.
That's why I
Well,
got.
listen to
That's,
this.
that's why I got
Here-
rid of the smock.
Let's
Like,
let's,
like
let's
the-
think about this. 2 Juul pods is equivalent to 2 packs of cigarettes.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
nuts.
It's terrible.
I like
There's
the
20
Juul
cigarettes
memes.
in this. I've been cutting myself down to about a half pack a day. I've been doing decent.
No, that's better.
It's way fucking better. Way better.
If you had a filter in your throat installed.
Right? I really wish that I just had like a filter that would just
It's like
bleep out
strictly
all of
it's-
my cuss words.
No, bleep out.
His neck
or
just turns
just
into
filter
a
the,
cigarette
cigarette
filter.
That's what I meant.
That actually. Well, okay. They're talking about having
It's hot as
like
balls.
stem cells being able to regrow your lungs.
Yeah, that's
So-
a very accurate statement.
Yeah, we forgot to open the garage.
That's what.
Do you normally open the garage?
Yeah, not all the way, just a little bit. We put a weight, but it helps
Yeah, I'll open
quite a
it.
bit. Okay, we're gonna play the Jeopardy theme song and Demonetized.
Yeah, some struggles. Welcome to Strugglesville.
That already feels better.
It's gonna
Who
close.
wants this?
Not me.
What is that, spiderweb?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Kyle
will
wants it.
burn you.
Kyle wants it so badly.
Kyle loves spiders.
I hate spider. Actually, I've been watching a lot of like spider, like information vid info, like damn,
Information.
informational. That's the word, right?
Informational.
It just sounds
Documentary?
no.
Documentary.
Just watching
Like,
documentaries on
I
spiders.
guess it's like a documentative type thing. Like just videos that just kind of give you just little facts. It's not like
Like
full-on
National
documentary,
Geographic.
but just like just gives you a little
Little
bit of
8-minute
information.
clips.
Yeah, and just it's like about different types of spiders. And what's weird is like I hate spiders so much. I hate when they're around me because I just feel like every spider is venomous. It's completely irrational. See, when I look at that, I'm like, initially, I'm like, that scares the crap out of
It's
me.
Australia only, so.
Yeah, it will.
Well, for
most,
now.
most
Camel
It's not
spiders
that
were only
big.
in the Middle East.
But
so,
camel spiders are also like, they're not venomous at all. Their bite just hurts really badly. Which
and
is
you
great.
know, they're basically just the face huggers from Alien.
Essentially, yeah, they're so
Without
big.
the tail.
Isn't that what they were based off of?
The face huggers were based off camel spiders?
I thought you were saying, aren't the camel spiders based off of the face huggers? Like they genetically engineered them in a lab and just like,
That'd be hilarious.
all right, we're gonna put these in the Middle East and Marines are gonna get all over this. But yeah, but I look at spiders on the internet or something. I'm like, they're beautiful. Like especially like the ones that are just different colors, different
But like,
shapes.
if I held
crazy.
one in your face...
Oh, I would probably pass out. Actually, I think I would black out. Just like I get so overwhelmed and then just lights out.
Perfect, so then I'll put him on your face so that when you wake up, you really freak out.
I'll just keep blacking out. It'll just be a reoccurring. Yeah, the giant bird-eating spider.
Oh,
No, it's a golden orb, or golden silk orb weaver spider.
Aren't those in California?
They're in Australia only.
Uh-huh.
We have orb weavers, but they're not like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, remember the one at Xander's house?
the thing was huge.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine if
I don't know
that
what
crawled on you.
Yeah, it's gnarly.
No, see, that's
gnarly.
gnarly, but
Do you
like,
eat birds, bro?
a normal spider
Yeah.
doesn't really
Yeah.
freak me out. I mean,
Like,
black
its webs
widow-
are strong enough to, like, a bird can't flap out of it. It's stuck in
Dude,
it.
spiders are good. They got some girth.
Dude, spiders
They're
are
yoke.
weird.
Like, you could
creatures.
play it like a
They're
guitar.
like
just like
evolving.
Dude, for
They go to
real.
the gym. They got their pre-workout
They
done.
got their
They're
Listen,
deadlifting.
their
They're
creatines in.
yeah,
Wait,
full-on
wait.
CrossFit spiders. Just
So you're telling me that spiders are now the ultra thin strap tank top dudes with the short shorts that just go into the gym to lift weights, scream, and then drop them really loudly, and then scream again?
they're a little bit more strategic than that. They actually care a little bit more. I feel
Oh,
like
they're the guys who are actually ripped with their headphones on, who don't say anything and don't make any noise.
Yeah.
yeah, they got like the Beats on.
Yeah.
Or their AirPods.
But every time you see
No.
them, they're like now twice the size that they were last.
They have like their logbook with them. They're just
Yeah.
like tracking like, okay, this time I made a
I gotta
milestone.
get out of here.
They got their meal prep like
This
right
is a
next.
call.
to
Usually,
Ryan.
what I imagine is they're at like the hidden
No, that's not
CrossFit
Ryan.
places.
Ryan's not that committed.
They're like at like the hidden CrossFit places that like if you go around like the back of like an industrial like office community or warehouse
Back
community.
in Soma.
Yeah, the very back, like the place that we're shooting at for the Shawshank
Yeah,
video.
that's right.
There's this little just again another rando CrossFit.
In a
You know,
warehouse.
you just they pull up the big gate and just like look, it's a bunch of training CrossFit people. That's how spiders are looking now. They're just they know they got their business down.
Mhm.
Their legs are strong. Their webs are. Those things are
Busted.
just you can't pull it. It's
Listen, I'm
It's
just
tight.
waiting for
It's
the day that a
disturbing.
spider bites somebody and Spider-Man happens. Because when that day happens,
I'll be ready.
all bets are off.
they'll die.
I'm becoming the Green Goblin.
They'll get bit and die.
yeah, but he died though. It was a gnarly death.
Yeah, and his son died.
I'm talking about from the comics, not from the
Who
Sam
died?
Raimi
Well,
movies.
here's- Who died worse? Who had
The dad.
the worse off death? Either the dad.
Harry or
the son got
Norman?
blown up, and the dad got stabbed in the
No,
stomach.
no. So the son got half of his face
I forgot
blown
how
up, but he
good
still
this
lived
actually
through that.
No, but he
Then
died.
he got stabbed by Venom with the hover snowboard.
That's true. He did.
That he died like the same way his father did, but this time Spider-Man actually stabbed him. Yeah, and it wasn't
That bomb didn't kill him, and you gonna cry? That
No,
scene? What the
no,
heck?
it just burns half his
blows
face.
up right next to his face. He's
Yeah.
the worst bombs ever.
Well, okay, remember the bomb in Spider-Man 1 that his father throws onto the balcony when his son and Mary Jane are there?
Yeah.
There's like 6 people in a corner that it affects, but Mary Jane and Harry are right there and they don't die.
Yeah.
It only affects these 6 people in a corner and they disintegrate into bone.
Yeah, and it blew up right next to his face.
Yeah, and
It's
that
fine.
only kills half
Which
of
one
him.
was this?
Plot armor.
That's
So
what I'm
the
trying
third
the first
Spider-Man.
I
one
remember.
was the one where the 6 people blow up. The guy in the wheelchair. Remember the carnival that they were having for
Have you
Oz?
seen
I
the third
remember.
Spider-Man with
This,
Toby?
this. Wait,
Toby
you're right. But
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Wait, but which episode was this? Which movie was this? One,
So-
2, or 3?
So the
Three.
first one so the one with the 6 people is Spider-Man 1.
Wait,
when
what
Spider-Man's
scene are you
jumping-
asking about?
The scene that you guys are talking about.
Where he throws the bomb?
That's
At-
Spider-Man 3.
yeah.
That he throws that at James.
He's wearing the
Franco,
black suit.
not Willem
Right.
Dafoe.
I'm just trying to remember.
That was like
I haven't
right
seen it,
before
it's
he
been a
got
while.
rid of the.
He
Venom
throws
suit.
at James Franco.
Yeah,
Whoever his character's name is.
Harry Osborn.
Yeah, Harry.
Because then, what's his face? Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe.
I'm something of a
Oh,
scientist
no, you
myself.
Wait, so okay, but he gets stabbed though, right?
Yeah, by Venom in the back when he jumps in front of Tobey Maguire to save his life. At the end of Spider-Man 3.
Oh, that's
when they're
right.
fighting
Okay,
Sandman.
that's how he dies.
Venom, like,
Stabs him
Oh
with
my
the
God.
hover.
that 70s
This.
show Venom?
Oh no, no.
Yeah, that 70 show Venom. Topher
Is this
Grace.
the scene you're talking
This
about?
is the scene I'm talking about. You hit play, just watch. Just watch. So they're all right
That
there,
was
super
one of
close.
the- that
no,
was one of
this. So that's not the grenade. This it'll come up in a second. So they're there, chilling on the roof. Stanley cameo.
Oh yeah.
There we
He
go.
saves the little German girl.
Oh, I just
People
saw
were
him fall off.
falling. Spider-Man saves these 2 dumbasses. Let me look up at the rubble. Mary Jane falls in distress. James
One of the most
Franco's an
fake-looking
idiot and runs
prop.
away. Screams Mary Jane. Spider-Man runs into a
Reveals
crowd
his
of people.
identity through a
Yep.
bunch of...
An arm falls. Mary Jane falls a little further.
That would have fallen by now.
Cop car gets destroyed.
Car cop?
Yeah.
Car cop.
All right, this grenade right here. They're all like right there, and the grenade gets thrown, rolls up. Only they're affected.
How do you
No one else
how do you
dies.
properly clean this out.
They instantly dissolve, too, to bone.
They do. It's insane.
I used to have that Lego.
No, the first bomb...
It's Spider-Man.
The first bomb he threw was different
Oh.
than that second bomb he threw, though.
yeah, that,
that-
second
that-
bomb is like
Take
The
it.
one he
Finish
throws
here.
in the third movie
There's
is the
nothing in
first
it.
bomb
Never
he
mind.
throws, which is the
Yeah.
super big explosion.
Yeah,
so
that's
that
what-
should have killed him.
yeah, it should have, but it doesn't, which is ridiculous.
Jesse, do you still have your water?
Yeah,
Can I have a sip
a
of
little
that?
bit.
I won't kill it. Let's take a sip.
Here, wait, no, here, just take mine. I got a bunch of them.
What the? He just
Not
pulled
tape.
it out of nowhere. No, I know what you
Yeah.
mean. You just kind of pulled that out of your ass, like literally.
Maybe it was-
Literally pulls it out.
Take my anal plug. Drink from it, my child.
Oh my goodness.
Corrupt the child. Corrupt the child.
All right,
I
Kyle.
Dude,
What
the
is
CGI
what's
is
up?
so bad.
I know, it did not
Never
hold
mind.
up,
I
but
guess
it's
we're still
so
on this
funny.
topic.
That looks pretty good, kind of.
Yeah, but it's like a close-up in studio shot, so that's bad. That's okay.
You know what's interesting?
That's
Like
That's bad.
looking at the Green Goblin suit and like looking at on how much like muscle is on the armor, but then he doesn't actually have. He's not that like.
no, it's
ripped.
Willem Dafoe. He has no six-pack,
Yeah.
no biceps, no triceps.
Oh, he should
Skipped
have
leg
died
day.
right there.
Oh yeah, for sure. He should die so many times.
He's
but
got,
plot
like,
armor.
His
Plot armor.
friggin' abs are just like. But then you see him, he's just like a kind of an average old guy.
Yeah, he's like an average
But
middle-aged
his face,
CEO.
though, his face in real life, and then his actual mask, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
I'll
like
get
sinister.
you next time, Spider-Man. That seems so funny.
As he's flying away.
Mary Jane falls,
Wait,
Spider-Man dies.
Can we play that just a little snippet?
Yeah, just that snippet. All the way up. Just put it all the way up, though. The volume's gonna be all the way up. Yeah, really.
He smacks him in.
Here we go.
as he's flying away.
We'll meet again, Spider-Man.
But I like that because it brings back like a very like
It's like
a
Superman.
superhero whim.
No,
to
it's like the Superman movies with Christopher Reeve, the old school like really cheesy ones. I mean, they're great. I do actually enjoy those Superman movies more than I enjoy the current modern ones, but that's because they actually tell good stories and aren't CGI crap fests. But it's like it harkens back to this kind of simplicity of where it's like
Except that
good-hearted. You know, it's not like dark and gritty and death and despair and everything.
This is better.
This is
I never saw it.
This is
No
the
way.
best scene from the worst movie of all time. Amazing Spider-Man 2, Gwen Stacy death scene. So bad. It's so good.
Yeah.
Watch this, Kyle. You're gonna cry right now. Watch this.
Oh.
Watch this, bro. It's so sad. Like this, I like shed a couple tears in the theater the first time I saw this. I was like, look, look. It's a little hand.
That's cute.
His spiderweb's a little hand, but look.
And
why didn't he shoot two?
Wait, boing. Boing, flip.
oh
Yeah, snapped her neck. And then he just goes down. No. It's like a really heartfelt, touching, sad scene. Like, I definitely shed a couple of
he
tears.
murdered her.
Oh yeah, no, actually no, because the Green Goblin's
manslaughter.
Green Goblin's the one who drops her.
Right, but well, I guess he really had no other choice.
No, he tried to get to her as fast as he could, and it happens in the comics. So like,
Yeah.
you know.
So are you saying this is more accurate than the Tobey Maguire ones?
Technically, because Gwen Stacy does... Well, no, that's in later issues, because Mary Jane is in, like, the original, but then when they go, like, deeper into his backstory in, like, the later years in, like, the 80s, or 70s or 80s,
I think he ends up divorcing Mary Jane, but she ends up dying. But they changed the way she dies in this movie.
Yeah.
But I think this is a better way for her to die.
Yeah.
Because I think she dies from just, like, natural disease or something.
Yeah, Green Goblin injects her with something. But then they have a storyline like that, too, in, like, 1990. They put out an issue, I think it was, like, Amazing Spider-Man 2000. I've been smoking weed! Demonetized! So...
X about me.
But so,
We're never gonna get
in the
paid.
later storyline, Green Goblin killed Mary Jane. In the one that I'm talking about, I can't remember what.
I don't
the
even
storyline
remember
was.
if this is actually Green Goblin in this movie.
No,
Is
it's. I think it's supposed to be Hobgoblin,
It's Aquaman.
but I'm not sure. I mean,
Aquaman comes out of the ocean,
Doesn't
throws
do
his trident because he's pissed drunk after too many Budweisers.
calm down, Aquaman. Nobody needs to hear it.
What if Aquaman is actually like? Imagine this. Imagine like
Shut up,
King
wait.
Triton.
Oh yeah, he's Harry Osborn, so that is.
Yeah, so it is Green Goblin or Hobgoblin.
Go on.
Sorry, we're nerding out. Excuse us.
No, I was just gonna let that be there. Alright, just imagine this. King Triton. I'm just saying nothing.
What?
Wait, Kyle.
No, okay, no, just business. So
King Neptune?
Who is Little Mermaid's father? It's King Triton, isn't it?
King Neptune, bro.
King Neptune, dog.
It's King Neptune?
King Neptune.
Is it?
I think so.
Let me check.
No, I don't know. Is it King Triton or King Neptune?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm
it's
looking
King
it.
Neptune.
All right, Jesse's got this covered.
Yeah.
Well, either way.
What are your dream shoes?
What the heck?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
actually.
gotta we gotta
All
ask
right,
you
all
that
right. I was
question.
just talking about this today, actually, in our group
King
chat.
Triton.
So I was right.
Okay.
Okay, quick. I'll
Triton.
answer that in a
Technically, we're
second.
wrong.
It's
I said King Triton.
It's Triton.
Triton.
Triton. Okay.
No,
Trident gum.
Triton.
Trident Gum sponsor.
Oh,
So we
that
got
is-
4
It's
out
not
of 5 of
Triton.
us recommend it because we're dentists.
Bro, did you know
One of us has
Rhino
to
was
listen.
in this
No,
movie?
you're
or
not
No,
not?
we're not
dentists.
dentists. Don't want to
Paul-
trust us with your
Yeah,
teeth.
Giamatti.
Why is he Rhino? That makes no sense.
It was
All right.
really weird. Sorry.
Basically, King Triton is Little Mermaid's father. Okay? But down the line, we actually realized that that's actually her adopted father. and her real father is Aquaman. But he went rogue and just like, I can't deal with a child, and like gave it up. And King Trident was like, all right, I'll take her. But then he comes back and like, just kidding. My life sucks right now. My movie did terrible. I need my kid back. And then just snatches the Little Mermaid up and doesn't realize she's like in her 30s now. And
Amber Heard for some reason. So, I mean, hey, well, I'm not gonna get into that. But
Yeah,
hey,
interesting
wait,
stuff.
Kyle, I have a question for you actually. Now that I think about it, so our friend Godzilla has been captured. What are we gonna do about it?
Godzilla.
The pumpkins have taken him, Kyle.
The jack o'
oh
lanterns.
my god.
The jack-o'-lanterns have taken
Oh,
Godzilla.
I just, by the way,
What did I?
we're it's okay. You don't need to tell a story.
It's okay,
'cause we're
little
gonna
black.
we're gonna
Please.
throw this in at the
We don't
very
have
end of
to-
the video.
we don't
That's
have to.
fair.
You don't
That's
have to
That's
relive
fair.
that
Hey,
trauma,
he just
little
gave us
black.
consent. He just gave us verbal consent. He said that's fair.
I'm trying to remember like
We did call Brett about that already. Anyway.
You said that they kidnapped Godzilla.
they
Yeah.
kidnapped. Right, they kidnapped.
You're not gonna remember this.
I don't.
You were
wearing
very
a hips-
inebriated. You
I
were
would- let's
Kyle.
just say-
Kyle, that was the Golden Guy night.
I
You were
was
very
thirsty.
inebriated.
I was thirsty.
Kyle, this was
Don't condone it.
$5 drink karaoke night.
Yeah.
You were very inebriated. We drank a lot that night.
How do I not remember
we
this?
just-
Mama
Oh yeah, look, this is
Yo,
the
your
end of
candle's
Amazing-
about to fall. Dude, you just knocked.
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
Okay, so this is the end of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 when Paul Giamatti shows up again, but this time.
What is this, Avatar?
No, this is the end of Amazing Spider-Man 2. No
I've
joke.
never seen this.
Dude, it's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Not one of them can shoot him in the
That's-
That
Yeah.
wax just
an
made your
L.
room smell really like delicious.
It did. Oh, and look, now this dumb kid and his dumb mom, who's not even paying attention to him, is letting him go, running out as Spider-Man to go face a giant mechanical rhino with two
Why isn't
giant miniguns.
Why isn't it a half man, half rhino like the comics?
I think in the comics it was still a suit.
No.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't read the early ones.
It's just like a giant rhino dude
That's
that
weird.
walks on two legs.
I don't know. I think to make it more realistic. Because
Just
Vulture
have it,
had
yeah.
wings in the comics too.
They're not even trying to get the kid.
I know.
They're just letting this kid get faced by an
He's
Avatar.
like, oh yeah, you're
robot.
Spider-Man, huh?
And this Paul Giamatti is just about to shoot this kid in the face with a 50 cal.
Oh, I
Like-
don't even remember this. I don't think I've seen this.
This is the very
part.
end. Spider-Man swings in after being gone for a long time because he's sad that he killed his girlfriend.
Bruh.
Such a bad movie.
But the part where she dies is good.
That's the greatest thing.
It's better without any noise because they're just like
Just so
standing there,
confused.
just like,
Yeah, like
Yeah,
what?
I-
And then this, look. Hi,
So-
kid.
Pizza time.
Chomp
Spider-Man.
pizza ball.
He could
Hey,
just
kid,
be
listen.
shooting him right now.
Pizza time.
Just give him some pet. As there's
Why
a
is the Rhino
ginormous
not
Rhino
shooting both of them right now? You're a villain. Why not just kill the kid
Yeah.
and
When they
Spider-Man
have, like-
at
okay.
the same time? They're standing like this. That's one bullet, one shot goes through both of them. Dunzo.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't just
Yeah, I
pull
know.
like an Indiana Jones and like, just like why am I waiting here?
Yeah.
I'm a villain. Like my mentality is to kill.
And then he just gives Spider-Man time to monologue on a megaphone on top of an NYPD car.
Yeah.
And then, wait, this is my favorite part. They set this up so well, right? They're like, all right, they're gonna fight. Oh, he's shooting rockets at him. What? Oh. Credits.
And that was it. They didn't have any more after that.
And then
They
got
didn't make
canceled.
a third one.
Yeah, because this
Wow.
movie failed because it was so bad. It's so bad.
But
I
I like
still
Emma
think
Stone.
Yeah, Emma Stone is
Yeah,
always nice.
Emma Stone's a good actor.
Yeah.
But I think that the Tobey Maguire ones are
Those are the-
honestly better.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cringe looking back on it, but I like it because of nostalgia.
The third one
I like
was,
it because
was
of
pretty
nostalgia.
cringy.
I like
Dude,
it
it's
because of
pizza time.
nostalgia.
Yeah, that's cringe though as hell.
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
It's
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
So I like the Tobey Maguire, the
Nostalgia.
Sam Raimi Spider-Man because of
Man,
nostalgia.
come on.
But like at the same time, I watch them now because it's
They don't let
funny
me
as
on
hell.
fire.
Pepperoni.
Mhm.
Dude, I'm just a.
So to answer your question,
Oh yeah, what kind of shoe? What are your dream shoes? Your dream
so
sneaks?
Dream Sneaks, it's hard because it keeps changing between like various Air Maxes, like between a 97 and a 95, and then recently, like Jordan 1s.
told
I'm
you.
starting to look at them and
I
I'm like, all
told
right,
you.
those are kind of nice actually. The show that you just played at Brick, a lot of cats were rocking Jordan 1s.
I
So,
didn't
A
notice
lot of
Yeah.
cats were rocking.
Okay, Mike.
so
it's a term. To
it's a
describe
term.
people.
a lot of cats, dude. Dude, those cool cats. Man.
Yeah, sure. It's not
Listen,
1991.
I'm ignoring you.
1991, sir. That's like 1941.
Bro, it's called
Listen,
19
listen,
all
Grandpa,
years.
Grandpa.
all years.
Hey, Grandpa, listen, Grandpa. I want to ask you something. How many of your friends died in World War II? Exactly. And how many of them did you have to hold in your arms?
Okay.
Jeez!
What?
That got way too
How was
dark.
coming back from the war and not being able to get on a PTSD medication?
Cut!
Tell me, what was it like watching?
I'm gonna
Stop.
answer Ryan's
Hey,
question.
no,
wait,
Mike,
yeah,
Mike,
I have,
no.
wait, I have a
No,
serious
it's
question.
not-
I know you
I
don't
have
have
a
a
serious
serious question.
I am not
Mike,
responding
shut
to
up.
this.
wait.
I am going to continue to answer my question. So, you can cut this part out.
That's not gonna happen.
So, it's your channel, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So Jordan 1s, but specifically all white with a black check. Just super clean, super simple. I am like, I had that vision in my head today, and now I can't get it out. And now I'm like, I'm determined to find them. But I'm trying to find them used, because I don't want to spend like oodles of money. So I get them used, and I just totally refurbish them, clean them up, make them look all nice.
Check on Goat. You could get cheap.
Goat's dope.
Yeah.
Goat is
the
dope. eBay. Also, StockX is dope, but those are.
Did you just say eBay?
No, eBay actually
Yeah.
you can find some some.
Yeah, I
sweet
guess.
shoes.
No, that's
Very
they,
used.
dude, I was on it all
I don't
day
know, I
today,
just-
and
I
I was
don't
like,
know.
dang. Like
It
I
just
actually
seems,
found
nah, sketchy. It just seems
Well-
a little sketchier on eBay. That's all.
they put up the actual pictures of the shoes, and some of them
Yeah.
are just like that is a dusty shoe.
But I can also just
It's
pull
just
photos of the shoes offline and
But-
put them up.
I got Jordan 10 retros for like 70 on Goat,
Really,
and they were new.
that's legit. Actually,
Yeah.
I definitely I do want. I'm not probably won't be able to for a while because they're so expensive, but a pair of like a Nike Off-White collab.
Right.
Like either I think I'm pretty sure
I like
there's
the high top, the tan high top.
Those are
Off-Whites.
those are tight actually. There's also like a pair of Jordan, like the Chicago's, and I saw them the day they were like red and white, and they're just
They're like
they're
$1,000.
so. If anything is one company,
That's too much.
and they're like $300. You just print it with Off-White logos and put the little orange tag on it, the little zip tie tag. You just add another like $800 to it.
Xander's off-white Crocs.
Those are so
Those
bad.
were so bad.
I think it's hilarious.
It is
It was-
funny.
I think
but
it's pretty
why
funny.
It
you
was
actually-
like I understand the attempt, but could you at least try a little bit harder?
Yeah, you
'cause,
could,
like, the
have,
Sharpie-
a label printed and then you know
Like,
like
yeah.
inked it on there with a label and pulled it
Or
off.
like, you know, found a place that has the label scanner and just have them scan it right on the side for him. Like
Yeah.
Off-White does
But it looks
already.
hilarious when you're literally wearing Crocs. And let's just start there.
All
They're
white Crocs. with each one has a red zip tie.
Like
through the holes.
Crocs. Good for you, actually. You guys have come up on top. I don't know what you did, but you used to
Dude,
be
they're
just like
comfortable. I'm not
hey,
gonna
just
lie. I
a
used to wear them a
super
lot.
like geeky looking like
Wait, who?
nerdy
Crocs.
Crocs. Like the little slipper thingy, and like it was just kind of weird. But now it's like, yeah, anything and everything can be hype
Listen.
if you make it. And so kids putting on Crocs and like, yeah, I'm gonna wear this with like Gucci pants and an Off-White T-shirt and like, you know, a Supreme, you know, beanie, and then you're wearing Crocs.
big bucket hat.
It's like, okay, like it's cool now. Now you've opened up your market to a whole new demographic. I salute you. You're killing it.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
legit.
listen, here's the
It's
other
legit,
thing too.
but it's like nah.
Well, yeah, listen to me
It's
on
like
this.
why?
Listen, no, Crocs are extremely comfortable. I'm not gonna lie.
They are.
Listen, going to Florida a lot when I was a kid with my parents, we all had a pair of Crocs. Those things are comfy.
Big.
Comfy.
Mom-
Florida boys and their Crocs.
They're
Moms
comfy,
and,
dude.
moms and Crocs.
Moms and Crocs.
Dude, we went all out
Someone
on them.
needs to make like an Instagram page
Dude.
and just find
Pictures
Florida
of
moms and just like capture them. Just like, all right, mom Croc of the day.
Oh, listen, our Crocs get worse though. Hear me out on this. So, with the Crocs back when we first got them, when Crocs first came out, they had the little pendants that you could put
All
in the
the
holes.
clips, yeah.
Oh yeah, we had a bunch of those on all of ours. We had dogs, like beach things, snorkeling things, diving things. I had like sharks on mine. Like we
That's
got
pretty legit,
real
actually.
weird with it. We got real weird with it.
Nice.
They get real dirty?
Jesse,
No, actually, we were
your
pretty
dog's
Hi,
not
Amber.
living.
Hello, Ember.
She's so cute.
She is.
Look at her go. She's just being a dog. You just think about that. Like being a dog.
I'm just hoping she's not hitting the tripod.
You have so much going for you and nothing in your life at all.
You don't have to worry about
And
taxes.
you don't. Here's the thing:
a
is
job.
you're not bummed about it. Like you're not bummed that
No,
you're
you're
at home
stoked.
all day. You're like, you can
Hello.
have so
Oh, I
much
thought you were
energy.
describing Mike. I was like, Jesus, you're roasting him. I was like, holy shit.
Wow.
Mike does lots of stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna
But-
be like, whoa.
But as a dog, like Ember can just be like, all right, I'm gonna go run around and like work out pretty much.
Yeah.
And for a pit bull, like she's kind of yoked, but then she goes
She's
and runs
full-
around and like,
full.
okay, I'm done doing things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on this couch, and I'm going to sleep.
And then get excited when
No,
people
no,
come.
Yeah.
no, no, no.
And then like anytime
Wait,
that people,
No, Ember, come here.
she's like, I just want to be a part of the podcast.
Sit.
And then you just sleep, and there's no shame, there's no guilt.
No.
And then once you see another human, you're stoked. Sometimes, if I sleep and I see another human just in that moment, I'm not stoked. 'Cause that means I have a responsibility I have to get to, or they're gonna start telling me things
Yeah.
and talking to me.
Hi,
I'm like,
Kyle.
I just want to sleep.
Who's a good boy, Kyle?
Yeah, like if if you woke up a
Who's
dog.
See, I'm not stoked about that. But if a dog's like, yes, please, like I need just start touching me and scratching me, like
Except
Imagine-
for my dog Marley.
imagine if
just-
the roles were reversed, but you were aware of it.
Yeah.
Like you were straight up like, okay, Ember like totally got into the body of a human and was like, what's going on?
Wait,
Like,
okay, wait. So you're,
And it
so
has
you're
a
saying
job-
a dog is self-aware?
No, what I'm saying is, we switch. Like, if your soul and Ember's
Freaky
soul,
Friday.
yeah, basically Freaky Friday status, but you're self-aware of what
But
just
you
happened.
can't talk. You can only talk like a dog would.
Yeah,
That'd
versus
be
like,
sick.
Barking.
That'd be a really funny movie idea.
We're gonna,
Alright.
we might have to cut that out.
How would the
Or else the
how would
Hollywood
the
government
dog
would find
inside
out
of a
about it.
human
Yes, they're
sound
separate
though? I
from
feel
the
like would they
US
just bark?
government.
Would all they like a dog inside of a human? How would they talk? I feel like would they just bark?
No, they would have to like just figure out language. They
wait,
would
I
just
just
kind
realized that's happened before.
Well, no. Wait, let's think about it like this.
What was that movie?
I don't know. I've never seen.
It had
that
Tim
movie.
Allen in it.
Tim Allen.
I think it was
No,
Tim
it
Allen.
didn't.
Oh.
And then yeah, the Shaggy Dog.
Oh,
That-
yeah.
That's basically what I'm trying to
Yeah,
describe.
that is, huh?
Yeah.
Is
They
this
switch
Yeah.
lives and they're aware of it, and they're like, I'm stuck in a dog's body, and I have to try to communicate with my daughter and and my son,
Yeah.
and they're just like, good boy. And
We
you're like,
just
I'm your father. I'm trying to talk to you. Like, do your homework.
We
and
just
stuff.
described a movie from 2006. I got a 4.4 out of 10.
Dude,
I
is
thought
it?
it'd be a good movie idea.
What
No,
is
it's Shaggy Dog.
Right.
The Shaggy Dog.
Oh my god.
That's so funny.
And
Hey.
it is Tim Allen.
Yeah, and he has to like go and like save a bunch of other animals or something. And
Yeah.
like goes breaks
Oh,
into a
God.
lab and like, and yeah, and it's like a bunch of genetically engineered like altered animals. And there's
Yeah.
like a monkey that has like a dog's tail, or no, it's
I
a
remember
snake
that.
with a dog's tail. It's nuts, dude.
But the thing is,
it's wacko.
I don't remember that part, but
Yeah, it's
okay. Well, hold on. Like, think about it like this. Imagine though, because that's not switched.
well,
That's
he
just like,
he turns into a dog.
yeah. So that's not like switching bodies.
But that's what happens though. Oh no, that's right. No, he turns into.
Yeah.
Okay, so not quite.
Yeah. So like the
So he's
switching
both.
thing would be way more interesting because imagine if you put a dog's brain in a human that has full vocabulary capabilities, they'd still be able to speak. So now any thought that a dog has would be interpreted into English.
Yeah, but how would the dog drive?
Oh.
I don't
It
think
would
the
know,
dog, I
like-
think the dog would just be running in the street. I'm
Like,
not,
would you
like
still
the
have-
human would just be running in the middle of the lanes of the street.
I think a
with
dog
cars.
would know how to talk because it hears us talk all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would be
It
able to.
wouldn't know like the language, but it'd know words.
Yeah, but like a dog that switched
You'd be
into
like
a human's
Tarzan.
body wouldn't be able to sit down on the podcast for an hour and a half and conversate. I'm thinking it'd be like
Outside.
squirrel, 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 squirrel.
No, the human wouldn't do that.
Where's my-
But if the dog who had the human mind, and
That's
the
what
human
I'm
soul,
saying.
Yeah,
Hey, just I'm a dog.
you'd be like, bark, 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 and you'll bark, 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 bark.
Outside? Wanna go outside?
Just, I think it'd be way funnier though if they like, you know how like, we always have that image of dogs speaking a certain way in their mind, where they're like, oh, ha, ooh, ha, oh, like
Yeah.
children, but really excited.
Like from
adults at the
Up?
same time.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm a dog. Just
yeah,
like-
but that's been around for way longer than Up has. Is the thing.
Yeah.
That's been around
We
since
didn't
like
just think of an
almost- Yeah. But like, I think
Up
it'd be
was
hilarious
such
to
a
see a
sad-
human
Up
acting
has-
and running around like that.
I'm gonna interject. Up's intro. We were talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
Before the podcast.
So I was in a film class, and I had to compare.
I had English film.
I had to compare the intro to Up versus like a section in like another movie with Ryan Gosling in it. That's awesome, by the way.
Blue Valentine.
I don't know actually.
Was it Drive?
It's not
It was Drive.
Oh.
No way.
Yeah, it was Drive. So I had to compare both those scenes.
The
Basically,
opening scenes.
no, not necessarily, but it was comparing the lack of dialogue. But instead of dialogue, it's
You had to talk about the
sometimes-
visual storytelling.
right,
over
like the
verbal stuff.
absence of dialogue. But with Up, you had score,
Like the car chase
and that's
scene?
how it conveys like the emotion and the storytelling based off of the sound.
Mhm.
And then with Drive, it was a scene with no sound, with no dialogue. It was just they were like in an elevator, and that scene,
Yes!
the elevator scene, and it's just silence basically, and then like the slow motion,
And then the
and the little
glow.
drone,
And he hasn't seen
Yeah.
it, so
yeah.
Seen what?
So, but I'm comparing
Oh,
those
yeah,
two
yeah.
scenes, and then what happened was what I had to do is I had to play one and watch the other, and I basically like I had the audio from Up
For
on
that-
the Drive.
for that
And what's
scene.
interesting is that it totally works.
What's
Really?
Totally works. It's
we gotta
awesome.
try that.
And then, but what's interesting is then you switch them with the audio for Drive, and then watching the intro to Up, and it's 10 times worse. Because it's just silence, and you're just watching, like,
And then-
happy, and then
and
then
that
just, like, the
slow mo probably
yeah.
hits right about when she has the cancer.
It does. And that's crazy, and I think she should
Just
do
spoiled
that.
it for Ryan.
And so you're watching
That's
this.
Up, though.
That's Up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Up.
so you're watching Up, and you just have this like
That was
this
like,
like
yeah.
this simple like melody line. It's like a drone almost. Just like,
Yeah.
and you're just watching this, and you're like, your heart is instead of like kind
Instead
of
of-
slowly like cracking, it's just like slowly tearing from like the top to bottom because you're seeing like this wife get cancer and like die, and you see that like the
And
whole
before that,
storyline.
you find out she can't have a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's just like super sad. That is honestly
Disney,
one
what
of
is
the-
up, guys?
Yeah, who made
Pixar.
that?
Pixar
Yeah,
kills
that's
it with
Pixar.
Why?
evoking really strong emotion.
Why do you
in these
have to
animated
kill
films.
so many people,
Man.
man?
That is just.
Are
one
you
of
in
those-
a death cult, Pixar? Tell us, please. We can help you.
Whoa.
We'll get you help.
Pixar's
so-
a singular person.
It's so emotional, but the way they convey it is so powerful. Like it's not cheesy. It's like real, which that's how they get you. They get you with like the reality.
Yeah,
of
same
life.
with Wall-E. and stuff,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wally was.
It's
Wally was
so
so,
excellent.
fantastic. I cried when I first saw the end
Oh,
of
it
that
was
movie.
so good.
I was like, oh
So
my!
good.
Like, there's no.
I cried when
Real
Evie,
dialogue.
shut off and
Oh
he tried
my
to
God.
Then watch Wally tonight.
I think I'm gonna watch Wall-E
I
tonight.
think my favorite Pixar movie is Monsters Inc.
So
Yes.
good. I
Dude,
probably,
when she opens
Hey,
the door and
Wazowski.
expects to see him.
Oh, that's such a sad part.
Dude, and then she closes and
Friggin'
opens it again. It's
Pixar.
just like,
Honestly, I think one of the best Pixar films, I think because Disney owns Pixar, honestly one of the best Disney films is The Incredibles, the first one.
Oh yeah.
Dude, the
Where is
score,
my super suit?
yeah.
it's funny, but it's also like kind of adult.
Mm-hmm.
It's not sad either.
It's
really.
not
No.
sad, it's entertaining. And just the vibe, the kind of like modern vibe.
I love the music.
It's the best
music.
Fantastic Four movie
It's like the
ever made.
60s too, isn't
Yes,
it? Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best Fantastic Four movie ever made.
Yeah.
That's
Literally,
very
it's
true.
the Fantastic
I
Four.
would agree.
Minus
But Jack is the fifth.
Oh, Jack Jackson.
Jack is
But it
Doctor
doesn't really
Doom, bro.
count.
Jack is Doctor Doom.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
could be the villain
Yeah.
in the third
Jack
one.
is literally has the powers of Doctor Doom.
He could grow up to be a villain, and that'd be a good third movie.
Yeah, that's true.
This reminds me
I
of
thought the
Huge
second one was
Streets,
really
though.
good too, though.
Okay, well, hold on. Speaking of the second one and invoking emotions, the intro, the Pixar short at the beginning of 2, that was like heartbreaking.
Bizarre,
dude.
but
bow or whatever.
The wonton.
Yeah, the
the
wontons.
wonton. That was so weird.
like a coming of age
Oh my
of
God.
this like food.
Yeah, I mean, like,
At first, people were laughing, like when it started screaming when she bit it, and then everyone
Yeah.
got silent. Was like so sad.
it's
Yeah,
like,
it's
it's,
like-
like,
it got, like-
it's like that really emotional part in Sausage Party where at the end of the movie they're all just banging each other.
Yeah, the orgy.
Just
The
a
orgy,
ta-
man.
just a
So
ta-
emotional.
Just a taco with a potato, and then you got
Just like
a couple
that's
of hot dogs
just
in the mix.
singular
and
Hot
tears.
dog in the
You're
bun.
just crying tears of joy or pain. For my case, it was definitely pain.
Yeah,
Why did
I'm
somebody
gonna say
punch
like
you?
tears of trauma because I can never eat food the
No,
same.
because
Yeah.
every time
Oh
I
no! Somebody asked to step under your eyebrows, right?
What?
So they could get away from the room.
step under my eyebrows, so they, you already made this joke earlier in front of your dad, and your dad didn't even think it was funny. Your dad was like,
Hey.
"Hey, Mike, you need to fix your car because you're a dumbass and haven't had an oil change in 10,000 miles."
That's true.
That's literally what
Yeah.
happened. He started
It's
making
also a
eyebrow
Toyota.
jokes, and there was actually really good
No, it
jokes.
was before that.
And then no,
He
he,
talked
said
about
that
it
after
before
that.
that.
He said something after. He was just not amused.
No, it was
by
about
what
the
you were-
brakes.
Oh yeah, it's like
It's like
it
your
was
fucking-
literally like
you
2
think your
minutes of
brakes
Mike's
suck.
roasting me for my ginormous eyebrows that I apparently have.
Neanderthal.
And all of a sudden, Mike's dad just goes, "Hey, Mike, I think you need to check your brakes." Like no emotion, no
Like,
laughing
I'm
at
like,
the eyebrow
I-
jokes. Just
I like.
hey, Mike,
I
I
was
think
just
you need
like.
to check your brakes because while we're in the car.
I already know though. They told me that at my last service. I was like, all right.
I know, but it was just funny.
I told him already too. I was like, hey, Dad, I need to get my brakes checked. Probably get in place soon here. And he's like, okay. And that was like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
He's a busy guy. Hour 38.
Oh
Wait.
this is our longest, I think.
Yeah, hour 38.
Wow.
Here,
Oh, last
let's
one was
go. Let's go a
hour
little,
38.
little bit longer.
Yeah, let's
Want to keep going?
Ask me a question.
All right.
What do you think of the new Joker coming out?
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
I gotta pee.
Go for
really, really excited to see that. Joaquin Phoenix is a
The legend.
genius.
Dude, I saw a leak scene. I'm not gonna say it, but
Please don't.
I'm
But
not.
But I think that's gonna be a really interesting take on the Joker. Like
Mhm.
seeing the evolution of him. Now, my question would be how this plays in, if it does even play in with the Batman series that we've already been seeing, or this is like just a different take
Okay.
on the Joker.
So.
Because even like timeline wise, it's not in modern times. It's
So
set
I have a
back.
theory
Yeah.
about this, and I don't know. I can't really say if it's a spoiler or not because it was on. I'm not gonna say what it was, but you'll kind of know what it is. But on an interview thing, it was an interview with Joaquin Phoenix. Had the topics on there, and it said something under there, and I was like, "That's interesting. Why would that be in the topics if it isn't part of the movie, even in a little bit?" So I don't know if it's going to tie in or not. But the problem is that I see with it, this movie's set in 70s, 80s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's what it looks like.
Taxi Driver time, which I'm really excited about. That's going to be really awesome.
And like the old Metro.
Mm-hmm. But so with that with his age in the movie, the Joker's age, that wouldn't leave him enough time unless he was like old man Joker to get him into the DCEU as it is now. Now, if the Joker, this movie itself, is going to be a revamping entirely of the DCEU, and we're now going to get hard R Batman set in the same time period, hard R Superman set in the same time period,
That'd be cool.
maybe a hard R Aquaman set in the same time period. But I think we'll still have like a separate little like
Well, the
Suicide Squad.
The boys
universe.
gave us a glimpse at a hard R Superman.
Yes, and
Wait,
well,
what?
the different you need to watch The Boys.
It's on Amazon.
Yeah, you need to watch it too. It's
What is it?
fantastic. It's a show called The Boys.
And what is it based in?
So it's a comic book. Wasn't it by Frank Miller?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a comic book by Frank Miller, guy who did Watchmen, Sin City, all that
I
stuff.
think.
It's about a group of normal human beings who fight a powerful superhero corporation that are all corrupt and like murdering people and doing bad
Yeah, there's
things.
people with superpowers, like 6 of them or 7.
Seven. The
Yeah, there's-
7 is like their main, is like their Avengers.
Yeah, their name is the 7, and then the group of humans is the boys.
Hmm.
And
The 7 works for a company called Vought.
in like the first scene, you find out why they're against each other,
Yeah, like
and you can't spoil it. I don't want to say.
yeah,
it, so.
it's like it's kind of like how Breaking Bad started, to where it's like, remember the first episode of Breaking Bad where like right at the beginning it's Walt with the camera and then he runs out into the road with the gun and his tidy whities. You're like,
Yeah.
what?
Like, what's happening?
What?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, except it doesn't skip
You're gonna-
back to the past.
I think I'm gonna go restart Breaking Bad again.
Oh yeah.
You don't have
need
time to finish it before El Camino. There's
That's
no
well, that's fine. I'm not trying to because it'll
I
be on
can.
Netflix.
You can.
I actually just
can't.
recently
If I
watched
do it
it.
hard, I can.
Yeah, you can.
I just basically have to like watch it and then maybe even listen to it.
If you start from season 4, you could finish it.
No, I would say start from season 3 because
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
where it
Here's the
starts
thing
to
though,
build
I kind
up.
of want to rewatch it because it's so good.
It is.
I just rewatched it like a couple months ago,
I just
watched it.
restarted.
and it gets
I'm
better
gonna
every
finish
time
it.
you watch
It's see, it's,
I need
and
to
I think
finish
when I
it.
first started, it was when it was still happening and like season 5
Yeah.
first came out. But basically, or maybe it was after. No, I mean, it was on Netflix still,
Mm-hmm.
and I started to watch it. But it took me forever because at that point I wasn't used to like a kind of slow pace and dialogue and a lot of getting deep into a story versus like major action and like drug busts and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So I got really, I didn't say bored, but just like it took a lot for me to focus. But now I feel like I'm actually more intrigued with
You'll-
like I want the background. I
Yeah.
want to see
Mhm.
the in betweens, the the storytelling that matters. That doesn't have action, but it's dialogue because that really tells like the reality of what that whole situation.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think I'll restart it now, and then it'll just take me less amount of time because I'll actually be interested into it. But the thing is,
So-
because it's like we're like almost an hour long each, like a little
Yeah.
mini film.
Mhm.
Yeah. So with the topic of Breaking Bad, kind of having those slower paced moments, I think it's a lot easier to appreciate now because we appreciate slow burn films.
Yeah.
Now, Arrival, Blade Runner 2049. I mean, what
Yeah.
else?
I didn't really
Taxi
like
Driver.
Arrival.
Taxi Driver.
So that's a topic I can dig right into.
What?
We're not
I
going
won't dig
there.
into you about
We
Arrival,
can
but
we can have you two on and you guys can debate Arrival for an hour and a half on opening.
no,
weekend.
that is my current favorite film, and score.
Blade Runner's better.
What?
Rest in peace, Johan Johansson.
Yeah, rip.
He was a fantastic.
Well, you think Arrival's the best film ever?
No, I said it's my favorite film. That's currently my
Yeah,
favorite.
The
my favorite
Godfather is the greatest film ever.
Godfather Part 2.
I like Part 1 better.
Godfather Part 2 is better than Part 1 in
Taxi
every
Driver
single
is
form
better than both.
of all time.
film. But Godfather, the first one, set the tone,
For 2.
and there wouldn't be a Godfather 2 if there wasn't a Godfather,
Godfather
1.
Part 2 is just the second half of the full Godfather book that the movies were based off of. So even if The Godfather bombed, I think we would have gotten Part 2. Because they
Fair enough.
just continued to film the whole thing through.
But the first one was still good.
No, the first one
Well,
is... listen,
the first
the
one
first
is a
one is
masterpiece.
Listen,
Yeah,
the
I know.
first one is 98. The second one is 99. I can't say a film is 100. Like, there's always, those, like, little moments where you're like, oh, I don't like how he did that, and it kind of takes me out of this moment for a little bit.
Yeah.
But, like, with
What the hell
movies
are you
like
doing?
that, with, like, The Godfather, The Departed, like, with those movies that are, like, so deep and enthralling, like, having those little moments where it's like, oh, this takes me out of it a little bit is almost a relief sometimes, because you're like,
It's taking me out.
going. You're like, okay, little tiny break, back into it. Little tiny break, back into it.
Yeah.
Like The Departed. The thing that kind of distracts me in that movie is the cranberry juice. What are you on your period? And then he's just like, boom, and just slams his face on the table. I'm just like, oh shit, this is a different movie than what I've been watching. Because it's like decently, it's not extreme violence up to that point. And then from there it just kind of kicks off. But, like, it's not super, super violent up until that point. And then when it happens, you're like, oh shit, I'm watching a completely different movie now.
Yeah.
So,
And then, right at the, like, end of the second act, it kind of flips on it a little bit again. And it just kind of takes you back to the slower pace to see, alright, what's happened now? What's the aftermath of everything? And it's just well acted, and you get those, you have those violent deaths, but it's like, it's done in a much more monumentous way, to where it's like building up to these deaths.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas like the deaths prior to it are just brutal for the sake of killing, because it's showing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Which I think it's a really interesting thing. And Breaking Bad kind of does that in just a way longer form. Because this what is it, 5 seasons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
This
5
5
seasons.
season story takes place over 2 years.
Yeah, I know.
That's so
That
crazy.
is really
Yeah.
crazy.
It
But I
starts
like that,
on his
though.
50th
Yeah.
birthday,
Yeah.
and then the first season ends on his 50 or starts on his 52nd birthday. It's insane.
And it starts out, the first scene is the LMG in the trunk.
Yeah,
After his breakfast, he
Yeah.
opens the trunk and the LMG's in there.
yeah.
What a
I
good
need to
show.
rewatch that show now.
Yeah.
Again, you know, I just
Yeah, rewatching it, Tuco's like one of my favorite villains ever in any show.
Oh yeah, Tuco Salamanca is like psycho.
Tight.
That shit's tight. Tight, Heisenberg. Oh, what can I make a lot of money together, Heisenberg? Oh yeah, my cousins are coming to pick me up. We're gonna go down to the border. Oh, we're gonna go in the
You
jungle.
really
We're
got
just
this
gonna
character
cook
down
barrels
now.
of shit. Shut
I feel like he just like stopped that scene for like just an hour and just kept rewinding, watching, and went in the mirror and just like, oh, da, 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 you know. Just,
No, I've just had a lot of practice with meth.
I don't know if I would admit to
all right.
I don't know about that one.
No, I'm just. That's just me. I'm just a meth head.
like really bad for you, fool.
I'm just a meth head who doesn't do meth,
damn,
basically.
You want to make anyone just like super uncomfortable, and it could be like what they said was just totally normal and valid. You just don't say anything afterwards and just go, yeah, and they're just like, what? And there's like, I don't know. There's like this bit on Key and Peele when he like says something like in like a group of people, and they're like, you know, one of the guys, I think it was Keegan. He like says something about like pop culture, and then Jordan Peele's like, alrighty.
Yeah.
And he's like, what I said was completely valid, and he's like, okay. And to like his other two friends, and he's like, no, what I said was completely relevant. What you're doing is awkward. Awkward. And he's like, no, listen to me, dude. And he like,
Oh no! It was the thing at work where it was the flamboyantly gay guy.
no.
Yeah, no.
This was they're like on like a playground, basically, and they're they're in elementary school, and Keegan's sitting there with these other two guys or the other three guys, because it's Jordan and his two friends, and they're talking about something like about pop culture, and basically he's saying everything that Keegan is saying is like awkward or uncomfortable,
But it's not.
but it's not at all. It's totally like normal, but he's making it awkward because he just wants to agree with everything. Like he just wants to be like the kind of the yes guy and the appeal guy. And he ends up like breaking in and he's like, I just agree with everything in pop culture. And I feel like it's a lot of like, I don't know, a lot of pop culture days.
See, I'm
Everyone
thinking the
agrees with
one
everything.
where it's those two in the
I'm sure I was
office.
going with that.
And
Yeah, I don't know
well,
where you were going with that either.
the
but
Jordan
it's going
Peele,
on
the one I'm
podcast.
thinking of is when Jordan Peele's the flamboyantly gay guy and they're in the office.
Yeah,
And Keegan Michael Key is talking about his weekend
yeah.
with his partner, and he just keeps saying partner the whole time. And the gay guy's talking about his big gay weekend and like all this stuff, and he's got like he's just got like
Like a
dildos
dick
stuck
popsicle,
to
like-
no listen he's got like dildos stuck to like the top of his cubicle. He's got like a dick mug that he's drinking.
He's listening
out
to
of.
like a mixtape with just like it's just like a beat and then just sex
no
noises over
yeah
it.
yeah and then
And
then Keegan Michael Key is just like yeah Keegan Michael Key's just like, can you not? This is like an office place. And like he goes through the whole thing. He's like, "Oh my God, homophobe! We have a homophobe in the office."
and
And
blows
then
on a dick whistle.
yeah, and then it was hilarious because at the very end, Keegan Michael Key opens up his computer
I
and it's a
remember
photo
this.
of him and a white dude making out
Yeah, I know.
on a cliff, and he's like, "Oh my God, I am."
No,
so
he like comes in, like reveals, and he's like, hey, this is my boyfriend.
Oh
Gabe."
yeah, that's right.
And just like, want to go to lunch? Yeah, let's get out of here. This guy's weird. So they're like two normal gay guys, and then just one that just has like a dick
Yeah.
whistle, and just
Yeah,
and he's got a penis mug.
yeah, it was.
Oh, and a little he knitted a little cozy like sweater for his ball sack.
Yeah. It's like the guy who goes to the feminist rally who's like not like ultra feminist or anything, but he's just there to like get pussy. and he like wears all the shit and he's like way
I've never been to
extra
that
about
before.
it. You haven't heard about those guys?
I have, but I
Yeah.
also don't know where you were going with that because
No, well, no,
It's
because
just
it's
like-
like the just
no,
giant.
it's-
So I had this bowl of
over-the-top
cereal, and all of a sudden
performance.
lightning
yeah, but
struck my cat, and I was
gay guys don't like women, so why would they be trying to be gay?
I'm not saying the gay guys are going to the feminist rally. I'm saying like straight guys.
There are
who
2
go-
sheep in the barn, and a meteorite strikes McDonald's.
The sheep in the
Right
wolf,
after
wolf,
your
wolf
car
in
runs out
sheep's
of gas.
clothing.
What straight
Wolf in
guys-
sheep's clothing, heroin. I'm cutting it out.
If I sit in a chair and then it's like those questions you get in like math tests, like we're in elementary school. Like
Yeah.
it's like everything's normal. Like 2 + 2, okay, equals 4. Okay, 2 × 2, okay, it equals whatever.
yeah. Like when you got
It equals like 8 and stuff.
But like,
So I got-
if you have
no, no, no,
36
listen,
watermelons in a car, how many watermelons can you fit inside of a shopping cart that only fits 40 or whatever?
so
the
if you
watermelon
have
question
10
is?
apples and you've got 20 pears and y equals 2x plus b squared, why did my wife leave?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, those kind
Like,
of
yeah.
questions.
what does that even mean?
But those kind of questions just don't
Yeah.
make
But
sense.
that's-
The
honestly,
things that you
like,
never
pretty
use in
accurate
your
to that.
life.
Like they don't make like any sense. Like, I get it. There's
Yeah.
there can be some that are kind of normal, but then yeah, you'll literally get the one that's like, what? This
Yeah.
actually is making me dumber.
Yeah,
I'm not
okay,
sure
just
why.
read
It just
Yeah.
reminded me of a really funny story. Oh my gosh. Okay, so my senior year of high school, I took a AP micro/macroeconomics class with my good friend Brock, and my friend Brock, I would literally hang out with him like all the time. So I came over to his house because we had to do economics homework, and there was like all these graphs, and it was basically showing like, oh, if it's the competitors to apples or oranges, or it was pears or something, and the apples get wiped out by a hurricane, so now the pear market has to do what or whatever. It was like some economics question, and it was worded so odd with just because it kept saying apples and pears and like all these different things, and we're just like, what the heck? So then, and his dad was heard Brock rereading this question, and his dad like gardens like a lot of fruit trees and different things, and so so his dad got really upset that they were using pears and apples as competitors because pears take like 3 times longer to grow compared to apples or something. So his dad was like, who's teaching this? This is so stupid. This is like the most inaccurate analogy I've ever had, blah, blah, blah. And his dad actually emailed our teacher. And he was like, your questions are not making sense, and this is not a real life thing. You would never compete apples with pears in the same market due to how they grow and all these things. And their teacher, so we went
Good
to
for him.
we went to class, and one day it was just really awkward, and our teacher like brought up that whole like the homework and everything, and then like after class, Brock and I are walking out, and she asks Brock, and she was like, or she said something to Brock like, "Oh hey, I got your dad's emails," and then she was like, "Can you please tell your dad that I'm not the one who made these questions? This is all from the book. I didn't mean to get like."
If you want, she should have been like, she should have just emailed him back and been like, I didn't write these. Here's the email to the company for the book. I'm sorry.
I know, but I still can't believe that Brock's dad was just sitting there, like, genuinely getting really pissed about apples and pears, and then emailed our teacher about how inaccurate and how like ridiculous that this question was because it was using pears compared to apples.
Jeez.
Hey, he's really thinking though.
Yeah, but
He's
it
really
was,
realize
he did.
if he really knows, there's like the growth process of a pear and an apple. I mean, to be honest, I don't know that, but he's just on it, man.
It was.
I know how to
funny.
harvest avocados, and that's about it. I can't tell you anything about avocados. I don't like avocados,
I love
but I can harvest them very well.
All right.
I want to make a joke, but it's very inappropriate.
Well, please don't make that joke then.
I'm gonna text it to the group chat.
All right.
Later.
Anything else?
I can't really think of anything.
Kyle, would you like-
Kyle, stop tapping the table.
Yeah,
Um,
please. Our
How-
mic is gonna pick all of that up every
Sorry,
single time
Mike.
you've been doing that.
How terrible do you think the Ducks are going to do this season?
That's a good question.
Anaheim.
We did ask Xander
Well-
that last week.
I didn't really, to be honest, I didn't follow last season because I was
You're a
pretty
fake fan.
frustrated about the season prior.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this season, it's kind of hard to tell. I'm excited at least just to kind of get involved, and I want to try to get out to some more games. But at this point, I really don't care how they do. Honestly,
That's how I am with the Steelers.
I just
We're going 0-20 this season, baby.
Didn't you guys win one already though?
Oh yeah, I think we did.
Yeah.
No, wait, no, we didn't. No, yeah, we did lose to the
No way.
49ers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
How?
We were winning,
yeah.
we were winning, and then we lost.
Yeah, that's right. They came from behind.
Wow, the
Just like Joe
49ers
Biden likes to.
The 49ers are 3-0. What?
0-3.
What?
It's because they don't have
Oh,
Kaepernick
yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
They
Yeah,
actually
that's
have a good
true.
quarterback.
Sorry.
Yeah, they don't have
Garoppolo.
They don't have somebody who wastes time.
Yeah. They don't have someone who kneels every play.
Yeah, exactly.
The
You can't have that.
And the
quarterback.
Patriots are 3-0, of course.
Well,
Hate them.
yeah,
They're
versus
gonna go
the Patriots.
undefeated.
Oh, let's talk about Antonio Brown.
my gosh.
That was so hilarious.
What do we at?
y'all are talking about.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
so
we did
Antonio
about
Brown is a
down
wide
from
receiver.
Steelers.
What?
He's a wide receiver. He catches a football and makes a lot of money playing a child sport.
Chiefs are 3-0.
And he acts like a child. Seeing as he
Football
got...
is not a child sport. It's a very
Football?
rough, aggressive game.
No, I'm not disagreeing with that, but originally it
I
was
played high
made
school
from a
football.
child sport.
Don't talk about football like that.
Well, when you dislocate
That's
your
my
thumbs
people.
constantly-
No, yeah, for
I
sure.
don't wanna
Like,
hear
come
that
on,
shit.
Drew Brees
The
plays
last
quarterback,
Mohican.
and he just had surgery on his thumb. Like, quarterback, the supposedly, like, easiest non-contact position, and he had to go get surgery on a thumb. Like, yeah, it's a rough game,
If
but
your quarterback gets hit, that's pretty much a game right there.
it's still,
The
listen,
quarterback's
it's
just
still a child sport at the end of the day. It's a very intense, rough child sport, but it's still technically a child sport.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Concussion.
Not like young child, like 3-4. I'm talking like from like 8 to 10 or like 8 to 13.
Again, I'm not really sure what this means because I'm pretty sure every sport that has
Okay,
professional
a
games also
football
has child
originally
games, so-
came out as a thing to distract children because there was no such thing as TV and the internet.
Okay, so did
You
like
know,
every
back
other
in
game.
olden
so did
times.
baseball.
Same with baseball.
Yes. Well, yeah.
So,
But that's the point. Like, it was created from a child sport, but yeah, we've made it this big, giant, massive thing. But listen, the
Was
point.
soccer as well?
Yeah, soccer is literally like because there's nothing to do in South America half the time. Cause
Yeah.
and in Africa
Yeah.
and in other places
Soccer's
that
fun
are
to play,
third
though.
world countries. Oh yeah, that's I mean
I
of
used to play
course.
soccer.
I was terrible.
Wasn't good at it.
Tennis is fun to play. Dodgeball's fun to play. Well, actually, dodgeball wasn't a child sport. That was just
You
a.
know what's
Anything's
awesome?
fun with friends.
Handball.
Yeah.
Handball?
Handball
used
was
to
the
do that all the
shit.
time.
Dude, back in elementary school.
Yes.
Foursquare, game of Foursquare.
Oh my gosh.
I hate
Foursquare
that game.
came after the handball. I think it was more popular after I left.
No.
No?
It was popular in middle school for me.
Yeah, middle school. Foursquare.
Yeah.
We should play a game of Foursquare.
Right now.
Could vlog us playing Foursquare.
Foursquare's actually
Not
I can
tonight.
get really gnarly.
I'm
Yeah.
too sweaty already.
The
I'm
one
leaving
where you
this.
hit it against the wall, I forget what it's called.
Handball.
Handball's better.
Handball, we got
Dude,
so
with
we
the
went to
tiny
same-
balls. Remember handball with the tiny
That
balls?
sucked. That was so
That
bad.
was so
That one's harder.
funny.
I like the
Just like
regular
standing
size.
right at the front, just.
Just a regular like bouncing ball.
Yeah.
Ryan and I we went to middle school and elementary
Alright,
school
all of
together.
that's cool and all, but what about kickball?
Yo,
Oh, that was a man's sport back in the
that
day.
was
Yeah.
like that was like the
That's
best
more-
escape
that
from
was
the
talking about
classroom.
kickball.
That is more manly than football.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, especially
I
too,
agree.
depending on like obviously whatever school you go to, like the kids will run it a certain way, but like they run it. The school that I went to New Venture Christian for like for some elementary years, and kickball was like kind of like the hot thing. And you kind of had to have like an in order to play, and it usually was run by the upperclassmen, and
Yeah.
so and they'd allow like some of the younger guys who were like kind of like all stars, and they would join in. They were just like, we got this. But I eventually like played a game. And I got in with because I had like another friend who was in. He's like, hey, this is my homie Kyle. Like he wants to play kickball with us. And I'm like, okay, cool. And there was always these like couple people who would start out and they, and they would kick the ball and they would just knock that sucker just out. And these kids are just charging to get it, and of course they come around and they get the
So
point.
there's a kickball hierarchy.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I remember because I
Yeah.
remember this piece of garbage right here.
This one, not this one.
Him, yeah, this one.
Little Quack.
His
Him,
Lil Quack.
him,
Little quack.
Lil Quack.
him, along with our guitarist, almost wouldn't let me play kickball because I was like 2 grades younger than them. They were like, and then like they were like they were total like Nazis about it. They were like, you're,
Bigots.
yeah, they were bigots. They were a bunch of xenophobes. I was like trying to cross the border illegally in middle school.
In order to play kickball.
Dude, my school was weird with kickball.
They had me
'cause, like,
sign a DACA form just so I could play the game. Be a student.
You gotta be legit.
Oh, the Obama years. Okay, but
just edits like a
wait.
picture of Obama. The Obama years.
Just like Obama giving the double thumbs up, like, hey.
All right, yeah, but would
So,
you?
well, hold on. My school was weird about kickball because like nobody
we're all
really
on
played it at like PE or like at recess or whatever. Like at the end of the year, like we just like played kickball as our like PE hour at school, like for the classes. So like at the end of the year, the teachers would get together with like their friend teachers and like the two classes would play against each other. But
you
like
never
the
had-
guys,
You never had kickball in
like just at recess or something.
elementary?
Yeah, no, we did, but like we didn't like nobody really played it. Everybody was playing handball.
We need a thumbnail picture.
No, this is still recording, dog.
You see what the writing was?
We still need one though.
It'll just be the
Was that an actual
No, we
vape?
should actually.
That's it.
Oh, that's right, because you bought it at the vape store.
Yeah. But so it was weird because like the guys went super hard at kickball. Like we would just ram into people trying to
Well,
get
now
on
we're
base
off.
and
That was like.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
Zombie type.
yeah, it was. No, we're still running. Still running.
No, what's that though?
Oh, 202.
This is the
Jeez.
longest one yet.
Yeah, this is like by far the last one was an hour 38.
I still got
I'm not-
kinesiology
or
homework.
34.
gotta do.
I'm not really gonna get into this too much, but if you played zombie tag and you were the last man standing, you were basically designated special forces for your grade.
Yeah.
Because that
Yeah.
game was
Yeah.
intense.
I wear freeze tag. The
Zombie-
last
zombie-
one.
zombie tag was
That
like-
zombie tag was like
I remember
It was like the Elite
hide and go seek
Commandos.
tag
Yeah,
was like
that
the
was like-
funnest game.
Oh yeah.
those were the ARC troopers.
Like I could play that now.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
We should play
Honestly.
zombie tags. We should get like 30 people.
play it-
and
let's play it
just be
right now.
like,
Wait, let's wait. Oh, you know what we should do?
vlog us
We
all
should
playing zombie
no, we
tag.
should incorporate zombie tag with Cooper
We already do that.
tag. Nice.
Yeah,
That is just Cooper tag.
That's actually
Yeah.
a horror movie. Cooper Tag.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
well,
are we doing it for Halloween this year?
We have
yeah.
to.
Oh,
I
we
won't
need
be
to
here
have
for
a meeting
Halloween,
on your birthday.
But we need to talk about your birthday party.
Yeah.
Can it be the weekend
Well, we're not
before?
playing this right now.
Yeah, because I'm just
Well,
gonna
I'm
cut
just-
it out. So I mean, I guess
Yeah,
we're kind
Well,
of.
should we cut it? We're at 2 hours.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
just let's
We're
let's
wrapping
just
it
finish
up.
this up.
I'm not over this, dude. Who was that? I was a turtle orgasming. We're not on
Music
Bandcamp.
video coming soon.
All
That's all
right,
I'm gonna say.
that's
Anybody
it
want
for-
to plug anything else real quick while
No.
we're plugging
No,
things?
I'm done.
Ryan S. Luby.
That's me, Ryan S. Luby on Instagram. Follow me or
Ryan's Luby?
don't. I don't really. care.
Ryan's
Everyone's
Luby?
okay.
Yeah, Ryan's
Why do people
Luby.
keep- I'm gonna have
Because
to
it
change
looks like
I'm gonna have
it.
to
It's
change it.
Ryan
I know,
S.
I
Luby.
know.
I know because it's Ryan Shane Luby.
Or it's Ryan Slooby.
Yes,
Ryan
Sluby.
Slooby. What's up, Slooby? It sounds like
Hey,
a
yo,
drug.
what's
Slooberson.
What's up, Ryan Slooby?
We
Like,
should-
Sloob
Hey, that should be his
Meister.
nickname is just Slooby.
Yes,
Sloob too?
Sluby.
Little Slooby.
Sluby.
Little Slooby.
Little Slooby.
Little smoothie.
Little
Little
Slooby.
Sluby.
Little smoothie,
Little
baby.
Sluby.
All right, this is it. This is it. We're done.
Candle
We're over.
wax.
I'm not gonna.